Good morning, everyone. How are you? We are back on a Sunday morning. I see a lot of you have joined. Thank you for everyone who has joined. I see Vishnu, Keshav is there, Divyanshu, Jyoti, Rohan, Surya, Shalini, Lakshita, Keshav is there, Sonali, Avadesh, how are you? Very good morning. Good morning, Rafika, how are you? Diksha is there, Zeba is there, Dhwani, okay. Rajiv Kumar is there. Rajiv, you have joined today. You were not there in the yesterday's session, I think, right? I don't remember taking your name. Right, Gunshita is there. Chanchal, how are you? Himanshi, Swati is there. Manvi, Bala Sanjana Lakshmi. Right, Mohammed Sahil Khan is there. Mr. Pathan, up last class में नहीं थे. I think you're like on chat today. Probably you were watching sessions, but it's good that you're on chat today. Sunny is there. Sheetal, Himanshi, Rahul, Sakshi. How are you? How are you? I'm good. Thank you so much. Thank you. Smriti, Darshan is there, Arisha, Ronak is there, Khushbu, Gareja is there, Ustad, how are you? Good to see you back on the chat. Shikha is there, Kamlesh, Khushdeep, awesome. Sanjay, Sanjana is there, Abhinav. I've missed any names, probably. I'll keep calling your names whenever you have any questions or something. I'm good, Zeba, how are you? I'm good, thank you so much for asking. Super. Yash has put a sun in the chat box. Yash, is it sunny there? In Delhi, probably it's a little cloudy today, right? Hey Nikita, how are you? I'm good. Thank you so much for asking. I have these headphones today, probably for better voice. I think आज voice थोड़ी crisp आएगी, थोड़ी KBC वाली आवाज आएगी. कैसे हैं देवियों सजनों, ऐसी आवाज आएगी आज. Good. I am good, Smriti. Thank you. Oh, you were there, Sahil. I think you were not asking a lot of questions, so I missed your name. Yes, now I remember. Vadodara guy. I remember now. I'm good, Ustad. I'm good. Revised everything, got it clear. Whatever was taught yesterday, good, Smriti. Good. I'm happy that you're revising. Hey, Ayushi. Okay, Kanhaiya, kaise hain aap? A very good morning. Cool. Any doubts from yesterday? Any questions? कुछ topic समझ नहीं आया हो, कुछ concept समझ नहीं आया हो, just ping that concept to me. Probably we'll spend another 1 minute or 2 minutes on solving any concept or questions that was missed yesterday, or probably you could not grasp or you did not understand, or I was not able to help on a particular topic yesterday. Let's solve that today. Right, Rajiv? You've seen my recorded lectures? Good. I think they're helping. Sure, Manvi. I think first class was introduction, so it took a bit of time for us. We will not spend more time on gupping. We will try to focus more on syllabus. That is my aim as well. So, Manvi, I am with you on that. We will be going a little fast-paced with the syllabus. I'll not repeat a lot of things on the basic stuff. The mushkil wale concepts I'll focus on more. That is a good call out and notes taken. Cool. All clear? Great. Revised yesterday. All is clear. Super. Can I explain eclectic point? Absolutely, Smriti. Eclectic means it's a combination of a lot of different subjects: economics, marketing, finance, सब चीजों का mixture. And it's a mixture of multiple disciplines, multiple subjects का एक mixture है business and commercial knowledge. Okay, so this is what eclectic means. Awesome. If CA is working in a business firm, then is it profession or employment? It is employment. Hi, Ayush. I've seen your it's so many R's there, right? What, your keyboard like fell or your phone fell? All clear? Good. Gestation period or gestation meaning, Shika, that means the waiting period when something grows, okay? Gestation period is from birth to growing something, from initial point to something when it grows to its full potential, to its full growth level. That is called gestation period, the waiting period, the growth period. Okay. Cool. Page 1.7. जब page पूछोगे ऐसे study material का तो ज्योति, it's very difficult for me to refer. Ask me concepts, ask me questions around a concept. I can help you. ऐसे exact page number इतना smart तो मैं नहीं हूँ कि I remember page numbers of study material, right? If you have any doubts in a question, ask that. I'll be happy and it'll be easier for me to help you with that. Page number 1.10 saving, जैसे Himanshu, very difficult to go on page numbers, right? सेविंग्स इन्वेस्टमेंट एंड वेल्थ पॉइंट इन कैरेक्टरिस्टिक सिंपल है. जब आप पैसे कमाएंगे, व्हेन देयर विल बी इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी, यू विल मेक मनी. व्हेन यू मेक मनी, आप सारा तो खर्चोगे नहीं. यू विल नॉट स्पेंड द एंटायर मनी. यू विल कीप सम मनी फॉर योर सेल्फ. यू विल सेव सम मनी. यू विल इन्वेस्ट सम मनी. यू विल क्रिएट वेल्थ फॉर योर सेल्फ. एंड दैट इज वॉट वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट है. सो इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी क्रिएट्स वेल्थ, क्रिएट्स सेविंग, क्रिएट्स कंजम्पशन. तो पैसा भी तो बचा के देती है. अगर लोग इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी से पैसा कमाते हैं तो कमाने के बाद उसको बचाते भी तो हैं. सो दैट इज व्हाट इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी also helps is it helps in savings as well. Cool. The voice is too loud. Probably अपनी phone की आवाज कम कर लो, right? Because आज तो बहुत ही अच्छा mic पहन लिया मैंने. I'm looking like those call center people, right? Who will call you, sir, बैंक में लोन चाहिए, नहीं चाहिए सर, कोई बात नहीं. But ठीक है, it's good for your voice. Probably clarity of voice ज्यादा आती है. देखो BPO बोला and Keshav has a question on BPO. BPO is a business practice, contacts with external service. You did that, Google. Awesome. I'm really happy, Keshav. You're going to Google and solving your own doubts. Spoon feeding से जितना दूर भागोगे उतना जल्दी grow करोगे, right? Figure out your doubts yourself as well. That is good and that is the right thing. Book back questions are asked in the exam or not. Rafi का same तो कभी नहीं आएंगे, right? You will never be asked the exact same question. Probably the concept उस question को थोड़ा सा twist करके आएगा. So they are good for practice, but same question नहीं आएगा, right? It is not a school. अपने school days नहीं है ये CBSE वाले, right? उसमें होता था, right? But अभी it's a professional exam, it's a competitive exam. CA को हमेशा competitive exam की तरह लोगे तो आपकी preparation अच्छी रहेगी. That is what I was telling you. Lakhs and lakhs of children across India are giving this examination. You have to compete with them. It is not just about getting 40 or 50 marks. It is about being in the top 10, 15,000 kids across India every 6 months. So study like that, okay? My voice is better than yesterday? Good. Ashwabu, I think the mic is working well then. थोड़ी गर्मी लगती है इसमें, but ठीक है, चलेगा. From where you can get extra MCQ questions for BCK, the question booklets on the knowledge portal on the BOS website, past year question papers, suggested answers, और कितना चाहिए? Disposable income, Khushbu, the income that you can spend, actually spend, जो इनकम का हिस्सा है जो आप एक्चुअली स्पेंड कर सकते हो, उसको डिस्पोजेबल इनकम बोलते हैं. आपने 100 रुपीज कमाए एंड यू सेव 20 रुपीज, बाकी 80 रुपीज आर योर डिस्पोजेबल इनकम. द इनकम, द पार्ट ऑफ इनकम विच यू कैन एक्चुअली स्पेंड टू बाय थिंग्स, राइट? दैट इज कॉल्ड योर डिस्पोजेबल इनकम. ओके, जेवा आपने गूगल नहीं किया डाइकोटोमी, राइट? यू विल हैव टू गूगल दैट एंड टेल मी ऑल्सो व्हाट इज डाइकोटोमी. मुझे भी जरा पढ़ के बताओ. आई डोंट नो दैट ऑनेस्टली. आई एम नॉट अ गुड टीचर देन, बट ठीक है, सम थिंग्स यू आर नॉट लाइक, आई एम श्योर, आई एम बीइंग ऑनेस्ट विद यू, मेरे को नहीं पता वो. सो प्रोबेबली गूगल दैट एंड लेट मी ऑल्सो नो. आई एम इंटरेस्टेड टू नो वेयर यू कमिंग फ्रॉम, राइट? वेयर इज दिस थिंग कमिंग फ्रॉम? फटाफट गूगल करके मुझे भी बताओ. India's as well as foreign students, absolutely foreign students as well, not just India. अभी बाहर से, like you have people from Dubai, Australia also giving these examinations, I know, right? A lot of friends from our neighboring countries, from Nepal, people are giving exams. A lot of people from Nepal, I know. A lot of my friends from Nepal are chartered accountants, right? Oh, great, Kishore. Your brother is also a CA. Congratulations to him. Is agriculture business? If it is done for making money, yes. If it is not done for profit motive, no. Okay? It's a business essentially. And अगर daily, so business is something that you do on a regular basis, one time activity नहीं होनी चाहिए. Remember this concept that a business has to be a regular activity. It should not be just a one time activity. Awesome. In disposable income is equal to income minus tax minus savings. That is what I'm saying, right? The actual money that you can spend. Okay, dichotomize means differentiate. See? Such good English words. I also learned something new today. Dichotomize means to differentiate. Okay. See, people are helping you. They're so helpful. Good people on the chat. What is business 3-tier? We studied this, Sanjana, last class. You remember that big yellow boxes from commerce to business to daily occupation. 3 level पढ़ा था, वही है 3 tier, right? Sanchita, a lot of these things I'm not touching on, like what is inbound, outbound, right? This is logistics. We will study that when we go ahead, right? We have this in chapter number 4. Wahan jayenge, padhenge. So don't go ahead on the chapters. Probably we'll cover that when we are there. Cool. Let us quickly. Second and third point characteristic. Yeah, ऐसे Samir, you will have to go back to the class. Ask your doubts. I cannot explain the same concept again and again. It will take a lot of time. The classes here are to ask questions, not repeating the concept, right? If you have missed a particular concept, go back to the class. You have these classes recorded. Go and watch them again. Watch them 10 times till you do not get the concept right. And ask me your doubts, right? I will really appreciate if you ask your doubts to me, because yahan pe we have like 200, 300 people. I don't want to waste their time again on the same concept, right? Go back, look at the recorded session. If you still have questions, happy to help with all my support, right? Okay. Cool. There can be partnership between natural person, artificial partnership. We're coming to that. This is the question that you have. Abhi we are coming to partnership. This question will be answered there. Okay. Dichotomy means separation. Cool. Okay. Let's get back to business here, right? Let's get back to where we left off yesterday. We were talking about business. We talked about 3 kinds of economic activities, which is business, employment, and we talked about profession. राइट हमने बिजनेस की बात करी, हमने प्रोफेशन की बात करी, हमने एम्प्लॉयमेंट की बात करी. एंड नाउ लेट अस गेट बैक टू वेयर वी वर. वी आर फोकसिंग ऑन business and commercial knowledge. This entire subject is going to be focused on business, on commerce. So now let us get to understand what is a business. What are the characteristics of business? Bhai business karta kya hai? What is actually business? So if you look at this closely, okay, if you look at this closely, business creates jobs. Yes, it creates jobs. They add value to the GDP, gross domestic product. Economy as a whole में value add करता है. What is GDP? You guys should know GDP. 11th, 12th में पूरे we have done all the particular. I'm not audible. Why is that so? Ananya, I'm not audible to you only, I think. Otherwise, I am fully audible. My device is working. Probably some issue on your end. Refresh it. Right? They add up value to GDP. That means gross domestic product. The economy as a whole, it adds value. Right? What is GDP? The question to you guys is, what is GDP? Tell me very quickly. I want 10-15 people to quickly answer me. What is GDP? Professionalism is often associated with perfectionism. It is simple English, Diksha. What does it mean? Profession means you are perfect at something. Doctor should be perfect at surgery, right? वो कुछ गलती नहीं कर सकता है. CA audit में गलती नहीं कर सकता है. They have to be perfect in their job. That is what professionalism often associated with perfectionism means. Simple English, boss. Cool. Kushdeep, we have been shouting on what is economic activity. What have you missed, right? The entire session, last 2 hours yesterday were around economic activity. Go back, look at the recorded session. And I'm again saying, ask me your doubts against the concept. कि ऐसा क्यों है, वैसा क्यों है? I'll be most happy to answer that. Repeating a concept doesn't make sense. We have already covered that. Go and watch the recorded session. GDP is gross domestic product. I know that, but what is GDP? होता क्या है GDP? Full form नहीं पूछ रहा हूँ मैं. I'm asking what is GDP. Okay, we have a good answer. GDP is the sum of all goods and services provided during the year. Sum of all the value of goods and services produced. The final value of all the goods and services, total value of output in a fiscal year. Sum of all the value and goods, total domestic product is GDP. I know that, Yash. We wanted to understand होता क्या है. Full form नहीं पूछ रहे थे. Cool. All the goods and services produced within the country in a year is called GDP. Absolutely yes. And businesses add value to the GDP. All the businesses together, they add value to the GDP, right? The gross domestic product. Gross means total. Domestic means desh ka. Product means value of all the finished goods and services. Right? We have studied this in class 11th and 12th economics. GDP. Number 3, they are investment intensive. पैसा लगता है, इसमें capital लगता है. To do business, you need money. right? To do any kind of business, you need money, and this is what this particular thing means. Characteristics of business number 3, they are investment intensive. It needs money to do business. It demands time to flourish a business. It is time, gestation. This is where we are coming from. It demands time. Time लगता है उसको grow करने में. फटाफट से overnight नहीं business बनता है. It takes a lot of time, gestation period. There's a lot of waiting period from starting of the business to your business becoming successful, right? Business are systematic and organized. Businesses are systematic and organized means they are very process oriented. इसके बाद ये होगा, इसके बाद ये होगा, ये आदमी ये काम करेगा. This particular person does this, this particular person does this. It is well organized. ऐसा नहीं होता कुछ भी कैसे भी चल रहा है, ऐसा नहीं होता. Even if you go to a restaurant, right? A small restaurant in your locality, कोई छोटा सा कोई normal family restaurant भी होगा. मान लीजिए कोई South Indian restaurant है, right? There are waiters, then there are people who only clean your tables. They do not take orders. Orders लेने वाले अलग waiter होते हैं, खाना लाने वाले अलग होते हैं, किचन के अंदर कुक अलग होता है, right? कैश पे कैशियर अलग होता है. So everything is organized and systematic in every business. ऐसा नहीं है कैशियर उठ के आके अंदर डोसा बना रहा है, डोसा बनाने वाला बाहर आके कैश संभाल रहा है, ऐसा नहीं होगा. The business is systematic and organized, right? This is what this sentence means. And obviously businesses are driven by profit. पैसा कमाने के लिए business किया जाता है. Businesses are driven by profit. The motive is to earn money, right? The motive of a business is to earn money. Okay, cool. GDP, excellent. I think all of you have given the right answer. आपका लगता है, मुझे तो लगता है 12th में सबके बड़े अच्छे मार्क्स आए थे, right? Awesome. Thank you, Vinodini. I am also happy to take these sessions. So thank you so much for an appreciation in the middle there. Makes me feel happy, but thanks. Cool. So these are the characteristics of business. It creates jobs. It adds value to the GDP. It is investment intensive. उसको time लगता है. It requires a gestation period. It requires time, a waiting period to flourish from starting to a growth, right? Business are systematic and organized. It is well organized. Open-ended नहीं होता कि कुछ भी चल रहा है. It is well organized, systematic, and finally it is driven by profits. It is money oriented. It is done to make money. पैसा कमाने के लिए. कोई भी business कर रहा है वो पैसा कमाने के लिए कर रहा है. They are doing businesses to make good amount of money. Right? Cool. Question on your screen. Question on your screen. Very quickly answer this within 10 seconds. छोटा सा question है, quick question है. Answer this फटाफट. Absolutely, Sameer. Everything needs to be systematic, especially businesses. मैं तो आपको शुरू से ही बोल रहा हूँ. The entire syllabus is based on common sense. Right? पूरा syllabus ही BCK का common sense के ऊपर float करता है. It is very basic, systematic होना चाहिए. हाँ, पैसा लगता है business में. हाँ, all these answers are like common sense question answers, and that is why this, I think it's extremely simple if you think like a business person. That is where I started yesterday. If you think like a business person, this becomes super easy. Question is on your screen. अब employment क्या है? Job करने को employment बोलते हैं, right? एम्प्लॉयमेंट तो जॉब करना इज एम्प्लॉयमेंट. कहीं भी जॉब कर रहे हो, कोई कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है कि यहाँ पे आप नौकरी करोगे इतनी सैलरी मिलेगी, दैट इज एम्प्लॉयमेंट. सिंपल है. विल कम टू दैट. रोहन, यू गाइज आर गोइंग वन स्टेप आगे, मेरे से एक स्टेप आगे चल रहे हो आप लोग. जहां जिस टॉपिक पे होते उसके अगले टॉपिक का क्वेश्चन आ जाता है. ठीक है, आई एम हैप्पी दैट यू गाइज आर क्यूरियस, बट आई विल डू एवरीथिंग. यू विल हैव टू बी थोड़ा सा पेशेंट विद मी. Okay, all of them. Lakshita says all of them. Rohan says all of these. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. In which has the highest certainty? Highest. आराम से question पढ़ो भाई, आराम से question पढ़ो. I do not want to be strict in these sessions, but I would really appreciate you guys need to focus more on study as well, right? मस्ती करेंगे, गप्पे मारेंगे. इट्स ऑल कॉमन सेंस, स्टोरी बेस्ड, बिजनेस, सब चीज मैं रिपीट करता रहूंगा. बट यू विल हैव टू फोकस अ लॉट ऑन राइट एज वेल. इट्स एन एंट्रेंस एग्जाम भाई. IIT JEE के बच्चों को देखो कैसे पढ़ते हैं, राइट? JEE स्टूडेंट्स आर स्टडिंग so much just to enter a particular course, which is they want to get into IITs. Foundation is exactly the same thing for you, right? It's an entrance way. It's an entry to a beautiful, beautiful profession, a beautiful degree, right? It's going to change your life forever. So थोड़ा सा फोकस बढ़ाते जाएंगे जैसे जैसे एग्जाम पास आ रहा है. We'll start focusing more on syllabus, on concept, on techniques. उसको एक बार पकड़ लोगे तो एग्जाम हो जाएगा. Cool. Let's get to the answer. The answer is employment. नौकरी में सबसे ज्यादा सर्टेनिटी है पैसे की. सैलरी हर महीने आ जाएगी बॉस, राइट? यू विल हैव सैलरी एट द एंड और द फर्स्ट ऑफ एवरी मंथ. आपके बैंक में यू विल गेट सैलरी. द हाईएस्ट सर्टेनिटी ऑफ इनकम इज इन एम्प्लॉयमेंट. बिजनेस में यू माइट नॉट मेक एनफ मनी अ पर्टिकुलर मंथ, प्रॉफिट्स कम हो जाए, लॉसेस हो रहे हैं. प्रोफेशन इज सिमिलर, सर्विसेज कम हो गई, सम कॉम्पिटिशन आ गया, कंप्लायंस चेंज हो गई. लेट अस से यू आर द ऑडिटर, यू आर अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट, and you earn, let's say, like 1 lakh rupee per month by doing audits. Okay, now the government comes and says कि audit की जरूरत ही नहीं है कंपनीज को. आपकी सर्विस ही खत्म हो गई, राइट? आपकी सर्विस ही खत्म हो गई. नाउ दिस इज व्हाई देयर इज लेस सर्टेनिटी ऑफ इनकम. बिजनेस, जब आप एम्प्लॉय होते हो, आपकी कंपनी लॉस बना रही है तब भी आपको सैलरी मिलेगी. आपकी कंपनी बैंकरप्ट हो गई, आप कंपनी चेंज कर लोगे, यू विल गो टू सम अदर कंपनी एंड देयर यू विल गेट मनी, right? The certainty of income is the highest, and that is why the least amount of money someone makes is also in employment as compared to business, right? क्योंकि more the risk, more the reward. जितना ज्यादा रिस्क लोगे उतना ज्यादा रिवॉर्ड मिलेगा. The correct answer here is the highest certainty is in employment. 80, not even 80, I think सबसे it's like the I was not expecting all of you to not give the right answer. Only 50-60% people have given employment. Read the question very carefully. Highest certainty of income किसमें है? Employment में है. नौकरी में सैलरी तो आएगी ही बॉस, right? This is what the question was. Highest uncertainty कहाँ पे है? वो बिजनेस में है. Highest uncertainty इन तीनों में से बिजनेस में है. Okay? This is where we're going to understand this more in depth. Business versus profession versus employment. Okay, meaning we are clear. We know what is a business. We know what is a profession. We know what is employment. Okay, business is apna dhanda, the own business. You're owning a particular, all the stuff that you're doing. A small shop, a restaurant, a boutique, a parlor, a nail parlor, a shop, a bookshop, whatever it is. A small cafe, a small bakery. XYZ, राइट? मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्लांट है, फैक्ट्री है, कुछ भी है, आप कारपेंटर हैं तो भी आप बिजनेस में हो. Profession like CA, your doctors, architects, and employment means any kind of job where you're employed with some particular business or some like employer. That is your employment. Okay, mode of establishment. Entrepreneur decides and other legal formalities if necessary. This will be done as the next topic after this table. Okay, the entrepreneur, the person, the business owner decides ki how he or she wants to develop or build their business, right? प्रोफेशन में द मोड ऑफ एस्टेब्लिशमेंट इज मेंबरशिप नंबर. सीए बन के आपको मेंबरशिप नंबर मिलेगा, डॉक्टर को मेंबरशिप नंबर मिलता है, एडवोकेट को मेंबरशिप नंबर मिलता है, आर्किटेक्ट को मेंबरशिप नंबर मिलता है, राइट? सो ऑल दीज प्रोफेशनल बॉडीज गिव यू अ मेंबरशिप नंबर. टेल देम दैट फ्रॉम टुडे यू हैव क्लियर्ड ऑल एग्जामिनेशंस, यू हैव डन ऑल, you have matched or met all criteria. From today you are the member of the institute. Welcome to the institute. You can start working, practicing whatever you want to do. Now from now on you are the member of ICAI. That is what mode of establishment for a profession means. Finally, in employment, आपको एक employment contract मिलता है, आपको job offer मिलता है, आपको internship offer मिलता है, आप उस पे sign करते हैं. That letter of appointment, that letter of joining is your mode of establishment. That establishes that you are now an employee of this company. Source of livelihood, right? Source of livelihood क्या होता है? Source of livelihood, पैसा कैसे कमाते हैं? Business में profit होता है, profession में professional fees होती है, and employment has wages and salaries. So very simple. right? Number 4, prescribed qualification. For business, do you need a qualification? No. Anyone without any qualification, there is no prerequisite, there is no necessity that आपको graduate ही होना चाहिए, आपको CA ही होना चाहिए business का. कोई भी business कर सकता है. There is no prescribed qualification to do business. While for a profession, it is strictly prescribed. To be a member of ICAI, you have to be a chartered accountant. To be a member of Indian Medical Association, you have to be a doctor, right? So it is strictly prescribed that you have to be this to become a member of this particular profession. While in employment, the minimum qualification is decided by the employer. So employer says, I want 5 chartered accountants, I want 10 MBAs, whatever it is. Right? The employer decides what is the minimum qualification, and based on that, they hire people. Ki nahi, I want only people who are BCom. Okay, done. I want 10 people who are BCom. I want 5 people who are CAs. I want 2 MBAs, and I want 1 person who is an engineer. That is how they decide ki unko kya log chahiye in their company, right? So it is decided by the employer. Now, coming to ethical guidance. Okay, ethical guidance means कि principle and values कौन set करता है? Principle and values कौन set करता है? Business में the business owner, the founder decides कि whether this business is going to be ethical. Will this be a good business or will we will be a notorious business? हमें चोरी चकारी करके धंधा करना है या हमें बहुत साफ तरीके से धंधा करना है? Whether we want to take big loans, close our company and run to England, run to UK, हमें वैसे काम करना है, or we want to be like Ratan Tata, we want to be like Azim Premji, we want to be like Narayan Murthy, where we are actually doing ethical work, पूरा tax भर रहे हैं, कोई चोरी चकारी नहीं है business में, it's a clean business, right? It depends on the founder's values, it depends on the owner का personal value, how he or she wants to run a business. In profession, the professional code of conduct, right? It is decided by the professional body. It is decided by the professional body. Lawyer को काला कोट पहनना है, CA को अपने नाम के आगे CA लगाना है, CA cannot do this, CA cannot do that. There are prescribed rules that a chartered accountant cannot do XYZ things, right? It is well established, done by the professional body. While employment में आप जिसके पास नौकरी कर रहे हैं वो decide करेगा कि क्या values and principles होनी चाहिए आपकी while you are at work, right? Simple है. इन्वेस्टमेंट, बिजनेस में सबसे ज्यादा इन्वेस्टमेंट लगती है, सब्सटैंशियल रिक्वायरमेंट. बिजनेस नीड्स अ लॉट ऑफ मनी टू स्टार्ट टू डू वर्क, राइट? प्रोफेशन में थोड़ी सी रिलेटिवली कम लगती है. प्रोफेशन में भी आपकी इनकम जो पैसा लगता है, देयर इज कैपिटल रिक्वायर्ड, देयर इज इन्वेस्टमेंट रिक्वायर्ड इन प्रोफेशन ऑल्सो टू ओपन अ क्लिनिक, टू ओपन योर स्मॉल प्रैक्टिस ऑफिस, राइट? बट जॉब में तो कोई पैसा नहीं लगता है, राइट? जॉब करने में कोई पैसा नहीं लगता, सिर्फ पैसा मिलता है. सो इन जॉब देयर इज नो capital requirement, there is no investment requirement. Cool. Personal autonomy, freedom. Personal freedom, business में you have the maximum freedom. You are your own boss. Saturday Sunday काम नहीं करना है, नहीं करेंगे. Monday काम नहीं करना है, नहीं करेंगे. Tuesday काम नहीं करना है, नहीं करेंगे. I am the business owner. दुकान बंद रखो Tuesday को, मेरी मर्जी, right? While in profession, you have quite a bit freedom. ज्यादा आपके ऊपर प्रेशर नहीं होता है, but you have freedom here also, right? Business में सबसे ज्यादा होता है, profession में relatively कम होता है, but होता है. But employment में you do not have any freedom, right? The employer tells you कि आपको पूरे साल में 20 leaves ही मिलेंगी. You will have to work from 9 o'clock to 7 o'clock. This is where you will have to work. इस office में, इस floor पे, इस seat पे बैठ के आप काम करोगे, right? So there is no personal freedom in employment. Popular psychological motive, right? Why do people actually do business? Why do people go for employment? Why do people go for profession? Reason क्या होता है general लोगों का? Popular psychological motive. Why are actually people doing this thing? Economic achievement के लिए, अच्छे पैसे कमाने के लिए people are doing business. Service to the clients and the society. They want to provide services to the clients and customers under profession. And in employment, people are essentially just wanting to make good money. Easy in terms of relatively easy in rather than business. It's not easy, but relatively easy. Livelihood, घर चलाने के लिए खर्चा चाहिए. ज्यादा लोगों का मोटिव यही होता है कि जॉब से जिंदगी सही नॉर्मल स्टेबल हो जाएगी. We will not be like super rich. I will not be a super affluent rich person, but I will earn decent amount to like meet my expenses or like fill my EMIs or pay my EMIs, right? Basic livelihood के लिए लोग employment में जाते हैं. Certainty of income. Business has the least certainty, right? Profession has quite a bit certainty कि ठीक है कुछ ना कुछ पैसा तो कमा ही लोगे. It has the most certainty, right? Because every month you will get the salary. Stability of tenure or duration, that means it's uncertain. We don't know business कितने टाइम तक चलेगा. It might be today good, कल जाके खत्म हो जाए, हमें पता नहीं है. प्रोफेशनल में quite certain, right? It's quite certain कि प्रैक्टिस तो चलती रहेगी, एडवोकेट का काम तो चलता ही रहेगा. And in employment also it's quite certain. ठीक है, if the company is working good, so probably you can be, people are in employment with a single company for 16 years, 20 years. People working in LIC, right? People working in SBI, 20-20 साल तक employee रहते हैं उन companies के. So there is quite a certainty of your occupation, right? Transfer of interest, possible. A father, a mother can pass on their business to their daughter and their son, right? A father can pass on his business to son and daughter. A mother can pass on her business to a daughter and son, right? It is possible. You can pass on your business. Profession में not possible. A CA का बच्चा cannot be a CA automatically. If your parents are chartered accountants, you do not become chartered accountant by birth. You will have to gain that degree yourself, right? The passing on, the transfer of interest is not possible, right? आप अपनी next generation को you cannot pass on, not even just next generation, to anyone. ऐसा नहीं है सड़क पे कोई जा रहा है आपको अगर मैं सीए हूं आपके सर पे हाथ रख दिया आज से आप भी सीए. That doesn't happen, right? That doesn't happen. Employee, same. ऐसा नहीं होता कि आप किसी कंपनी में, let's say you are working with like Google, right? You are an employee of Google and कल को आपको कोई मिले हैं जैसे कि अरे वाह, I like this person, you are also employee of Google from tomorrow. That doesn't happen, right? That doesn't happen. You cannot transfer your interest in a particular occupation. You cannot pass on your occupation to somebody else or to your next generation or succession. Succession means बच्चों को, right? So it is not possible in employment and profession while it is possible in business. After all the portions, they will do revision. Yes, we will do revision also. पहले ये तो फोकस कर ले, चैप्टर 1 तो खत्म हो जाए सर, रिवीजन तो बहुत बाद में आएगा गुरु. Cool. Now, we were talking about that businesses are done to make profit, which is true. Businesses are done to make profit, which is absolutely 100% 100% सही बात है, right? Businesses are done to make profits, but the environment is changing, right? The countries are changing, the world is changing very quickly. Now, the businesses cannot just be done for profitability. Businesses agar kahenge, right? Businesses agar kahenge that I just want to focus on profitabilities, right? I just want to focus on making money. That is not going to help. That is not. Listen to this particular thing very, very carefully. Most frequently asked question from this chapter comes from this particular topic. Isko dhyan se samajhna in the next 2 minutes, right? Profitability. The companies, the businesses cannot just sustain on profitability in today's world. If the question comes, can a business survive on just profitability? The answer is no. Even if you're making 10,000 crore profit, आप धंधे को sustain नहीं कर पाओगे. Why? Because the latest trend, the latest need of the world is PPP, that is 3 P's, which is profitability, people well-being, and planet sustainability, right? Now, what does this mean? A business has to focus on making money while not harming the general public. People well-being, लोगों की society की जरूरतें भी पूरी करनी है. The business has to go and help the upliftment of the society, of the lower strata, of the poor people. They have to work towards building a nation, building a better world, right? Businesses have to make money while making world a better place to live. Number 3, planet sustainability. 10,000 करोड़ की कंपनी हो बट आप हर साल 5,000 एकड़ फॉरेस्ट काट देते हो. You are cutting trees like anything. You are polluting rivers. You are going and building like constructing big factories which are polluting the Himalayas. आप hills में जाके फैक्ट्री बना रहे हो, वहाँ पे ट्रक बना रहे हो, रोड्स बना रहे हो, पूरा pollution कर दिया है आपने. That doesn't fly. Your business is not going to be successful. For a business to be successful in the current times, what is needed? 3 things are needed. First, profitability. Number 2, people well-being. Number 3, planet sustainability, right? Why? I can see all the comments, Khushi. I can. Cool. Let me see if I have any questions or any doubts. The question to you guys is, why are we actually doing this? क्यों करना चाहिए? बिजनेस को सोसाइटी को वापस देना ही क्यों चाहिए? राइट? My question to you is, while I am 100% sure you all will agree with this, right? I'm pretty sure all of you will agree to this. My question to you is, why does business have to care about people? भाई क्यों करूं मैं? I am a business. I am making good money. Why should I even care about poor people? Why should I even care about the environment? जरूरत क्या है? Why is it important? Shiv, that's a great question, but I'll be really happy you ask such detailed questions on in different subjects as well. Okay. Soldier is an employment. After death, their kids or their family gets their job, right? So they cannot pass on. वो तो सरकार दे रही है. Their employer is passing on their job as a people well-being. राइट केशव? सोल्जर का एम्प्लॉयर कौन है? देश है, गवर्नमेंट है, डिफेंस मिनिस्ट्री है, राइट? द एम्प्लॉयर ऑफ सोल्जर इज डिफेंस मिनिस्ट्री. एज ए पीपल वेलबींग दे टेल कि अगर कोई सोल्जर की डेथ हो जाती है और दे शहीद हो जाते हैं, देयर फैमिली विल गेट एन एम्प्लॉयमेंट, देयर इमीडिएट चिल्ड्रन विल गेट एम्प्लॉयमेंट, वी विल लुक आफ्टर द फैमिली. दैट इज पीपल वेलबींग, बॉस. That is not transfer of interest. सोल्जर फोन करेगा कि अरे कल से मेरा बेटा आएगा काम पे, मैं नहीं आ रहा. कर सकता है वो? नहीं कर सकता, राइट? द सोल्जर कैन नॉट कॉल डिफेंस मिनिस्ट्री, अरे मेरा मन भर गया, अब तो मैं सोल्जर नहीं हूँ, कल से मेरी बेटी सोल्जर है. कैन दे डू दैट? नो, दे कैन नॉट डू दैट, राइट? कॉन्सेप्ट को वहां समझो. यू आर पिकिंग आउट बाल की खाल, राइट? फोकस ऑन द कॉन्सेप्ट, हाउ इट इज. यू आर गोइंग वे बियॉन्ड द कॉन्सेप्ट. ऐसे तो प्रोफेशन भी हो सकता है. सीए कल को बोल दे हाँ मेरा बेटा सीए, किसी को मानना नहीं मानना क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है? सक्सेशन हो गई. कल से सीए का बेटा अब डॉक्टर है, यू विल से अरे डॉक्टर के बच्चे डॉक्टर होते हैं, दे आर नॉट डॉक्टर. स्टिल वो क्लिनिक में आके लोगों का इलाज कर देते हैं, दे आर नॉट डॉक्टर्स. सो सक्सेशन इज पॉसिबल, बट दैट इज नॉट हाउ इट वर्क्स, राइट? That is not the right thing to do. Our focus will be on the right thing to do. We are not talking about scams. Cool. This is our society as well. Everything is interrelated for the resources because they're selling goods and services that they need to make us satisfied, right? Sustain the market is necessary to satisfy the customer because business and society are interdependent. Super. These are your keywords. These are your keywords for examination. Society and business are interrelated. They are interdependent. एक दूसरे पे dependent हैं, right? Because they make efficient business, okay? We are doing business on a planet. If it gets destroyed, then we will not be able to do business anywhere. That's being selfish again, but that is true. That is true. Now the concept here is simple. यार आप सब कुछ सोसाइटी से ले रहे हो. You're taking money. People are investing their money in your business. You're selling your products to the people. अब लोगों की आप केयर नहीं करोगे तो क्या बिजनेस कर रहे हो? So या तो you are very selfish as a business person कि सारा पैसा मैं ही कमा के ले जाऊं. You should, right? Essentially, you should earn good money. You should earn to the maximum of your potential, but also be concerned about people well-being and planet sustainability. कोई नहीं कह रहा है पूरा पैसा charity करके खुद गरीबी में रहो. No one is telling you that. No one is telling businesses that. Businesses are just being told, be focused on all the three things, right? Just be focused on all the three things. You should not just be concerned about money. Right? Money is important, but other two things are also important. All the points written here have been answered by you in the chat, so I'm not going to explain that. They're simple, they're common sense. You know this, right? I read the answers. You guys know this, right? Coca-Cola and Kurkure are existing even when they destroy people's health, right? It's junk food. You know that. They advertise it like junk food. And it's your choice to buy it or not, right? They're not concerned about people well-being there. They are doing that. So Coca-Cola or Kurkure are spending crores and crores of rupees on uplifting of women in the villages of India. They're doing their bit. But that abhi khud control nahi kar rahe na. This is, ye to hypocrisy hai dost, right? खुद कोका कोला पीनी है और कह रहे हो यार आप क्यों कोका कोला बना रहे हो, आप क्यों जहर पिला रहे हो हमें, वो थोड़ी ना पिला रहा है, आप खुद 40 रुपए खर्च के जाके खरीद के पी रहे हो, राइट. देयर इज अल्कोहल, शराब की दुकानें हैं, सिगरेट मिलती है आपको, राइट. इट्स योर चॉइस इफ यू वांट टू डू दैट और नॉट. उसने तो बॉक्स पे लिख दिया 80% बॉक्स पे कैंसर बना रहता है सिगरेट पे. अब इससे ज्यादा और क्या बोले वो. अभी आपको पीनी है, मरना है तो आप करो, right. So it's not about people well-being from that perspective. It's people well-being from a perspective जो पैसा आप कमा रहे हो वो थोड़ा सोसाइटी में वापस दो, right. That is what people well-being is. They are not your मम्मी पापा. Business is not your मम्मी पापा कि अरे जंक फूड मत खाओ, शराब मत पियो, अल्कोहल मत पियो, बियर मत पियो, right. They're not your parents. They're business. पैसा कमाने के लिए कर रहा है. The cherry on the top is to run business for a long time and earn profits. Absolutely, Rahul. That is what the aim of every business person. If you want to do your business, that will particularly be your aim as well. Business is uncertain and employment is quite certain. How is possible? Because employment belongs to business. Omkar, that is what I said. कल को business fail हो गया, आप तो job change कर लोगे. Omkar, you are an employee in a particular company. That company flops or company fails. You will change your job. बिजनेस वाला क्या करेगा, वो तो लॉसेस उठा के जाएगा सारे. आप कहोगे यार, बिजनेस वाला विल से यार फ्रॉम नेक्स्ट मंथ आई विल नॉट बी एबल टू गिव यू एनी सैलरी. यू विल से ओके आई चेंज द कंपनी, यू गो एंड फाइंड अ न्यू जॉब. आप तो एम्प्लॉय रहे ना, किसी और कंपनी के हो गए बस. वो बिजनेस वाला तो लॉसेस ले गया ना सारे, तो उसके लिए तो अनसर्टेनिटी आ गई. फॉर यू इट इज एम्प्लॉयमेंट, राइट ओमकार. What is precursor? Precursor means important. Precursor means zaruri. Before doing something, it is a precursor. To get good marks, studying is precursor. Precursor अच्छे मार्क्स लाने के लिए precursor है पढ़ाई. Social welfare करना चाहिए, right? Stakeholders. What is stakeholders, Gunjan? Right? We have studied this in BST. Why are you guys coming with such questions? We have done stakeholders in BST. You should know this. Performance is precursor to profits. That is what I said. Performance जरूरी है profits के लिए. पढ़ाई जरूरी है. पढ़ाई is precursor. Studying is precursor to good marks and examination. Performance is precursor to profits. Let's go to the next topic very quickly. Okay. Some of the businesses, some examples where some of the businesses are doing social welfare, like we have ITC hotels are the greenest hotel chain in the world, right? They take care of the environment very efficiently, right? Lemon Tree hotels though hai, they provide gainful employment to persons with disability. If you ever go to a Lemon Tree hotel, you will see a lot of people with disabilities are employed there on receptions, in restaurants, in homekeeping, right? They give employment to a lot of disabled people, which other businesses are not doing. So that's a great initiative of people well-being, that these particular small examples are in your booklet. You can go and read about Google if you're interested. But a lot of companies are doing these initiatives for people well-being, right? Cool. The forms of business organization. Last topic in this chapter, जिसमें से you guys tell me, आपको कौन सा पढ़ना है मेरे से, ओके आपको कौन सा पढ़ना है मेरे से, दैट वी विल कवर, बिकॉज आई थिंक सोल प्रोप्राइटरशिप, हिंदू अनडिवाइडेड फैमिली, पार्टनरशिप, एलएलपी, कंपनी, आप लोग को पता है सब कुछ. आई एम pretty sure you guys would know this. While I'll touch upon every topic, which topic do you think I should go the most in depth? Because I want to complete this chapter by 12 o'clock maximum. Okay, you are a stakeholder. We all are stakeholders. People concerned with an organization in any way whatsoever are stakeholders. आपके stakeholders आपके parents हैं, आपके भाई बहन हैं, आपके grandparents हैं, आपके cousins हैं, your uncle, your auntie, everyone is your stakeholder. They are concerned with you some way or the other. कुछ ना कुछ तरीके से they are connected and concerned about you or with you. Your actions will actually impact them. Your actions will impact those people. Every person whom your actions impact are your stakeholders. वैसे ही business के stakeholders होते हैं. Business के stakeholders being government, investors, banks, employees, shareholders, then suppliers, then purchases जहाँ से आप कर रहे हो, जिनको supply कर रहे हो, आपके customers हो गए, environment हो गया, society in general हो गई, right? All these are your stakeholders. HUF and LLP, right? HUF and LLP. Partnership cannot be formed between, please tell, Manvi, between what? Partnership cannot be formed between what? Question complete करिए एक बारी. LLP will do LLP, HUF, LLP, ठीक है. Differences end में है, वो कर लेंगे फटाफट. Awesome. Vishnu, you want to know people well-being? People well-being means taking care of people. Social welfare, social work is people well-being. Okay, cool. Let's touch upon every topic, but HUF और LLP को थोड़ा सा depth में लेके जाएंगे. Let's begin with this. Okay, let's focus. All your focus for the next 15 minutes. I do not want any chat for the next 15 minutes. I want you to focus and listen to me very carefully. After 15 minutes, we'll spend 5 minutes on doubts. Okay. Stop the chat right now and focus on what we are going to study. Very easy topics. बहुत easy है, but बहुत सारे points हैं. So I will explain everything. Be with me for the next 15 minutes. Let's start. Okay. Number one form of business, sole proprietorship. Okay, sole proprietorship. That means a one-man show, a one-woman show. That is sole proprietorship. Sole means one. Sole means one. Proprietorship means ownership. One single person owns the entire business. That is sole proprietorship. कुछ examples लेते हैं sole proprietorship के, like your general stores. आपके आसपास आप देखोगे small shops. There are small shops, a barber shop, a tailor shop, a general store, a restaurant owner, right? A cafe owner, a bakery owner, a small shop of, let's say, cushions and bed sheets. These सारे people are sole proprietors, right? They are sole proprietors. They are one owner. There is only one owner, right? He or she takes care of this entire shop, entire bakery, entire cafe, whatever it is, right? They are the owners. They take all the decisions. Let's take an example of a 21-year-old girl. She has her own boutique. She's a sole proprietor. She takes decision कि सामान कहाँ से आना है, where the stock will come from, what is the pricing of my products, how the goods, how the lehengas and all the kurtis and shirts will be designed, how the tailors, she hires 2 tailors, she pays them salary, she gets the raw material, she works on social media to increase her sales, she does marketing, she goes to market, she creates awareness in the locality. सब कुछ खुद करती है, right? This is sole proprietorship. Most abundant in India. It is the most abundant form of business in India. That means maximum number of people who are doing business in India are sole proprietors. The maximum number of people doing business in India are sole proprietors. Small women in villages and small towns creating those achars and papad, all these small businesses, they are sole proprietors. Okay, one person setup. Autonomy, one's own boss. They are their own boss. They take all the decisions. It's small scale. Sole proprietorships are generally small scale, right? क्योंकि खुद ही सब कुछ करना है, तो इतना सब कुछ manage करना is not possible, right? सब कुछ manage करना possible नहीं है. That is why it's generally on a small scale. Contribution to GDP is strong because it is the most abundant in India. India में सबसे ज़्यादा लोग business इसी form से कर रहे हैं. So the contribution of sole proprietorship to the GDP of India is very, very strong. Even to the exports that are happening. Small people in Gujarat, in Maharashtra, in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, West Bengal, right? Punjab. These people are exporting a lot of small sole proprietors are actually exporting masale, kapde, all these like small goods, handicraft, everything to UK, Australia, US, to Japan, to Korea. These people are exporting as well. Small business people are exporting to Germany, to Spain, right? Contribution to GDP and export is very strong. Easy succession of business. Simple है. अपने बच्चों को देना किसी और को passing on the business is extremely easy, right? Product quality not of global standards, because it's a sole proprietor, right? One single person is doing that. The scale is small, right? They do not have so much investment. ज़्यादा पैसे नहीं होते हैं. 5-7 करोड़ रुपए का धंधा होता है. It is not a 500-700 crore business that they focus on quality, R&D, research development करें, labs में जाएं. No, they cannot afford doing that. So product quality is not of global standards. It is decent for the domestic market. Unorganized and informal, right? It's an unorganized thing. ऐसा नहीं होता है. Let's take an example of that boutique वाली girl, right? She has a boutique. It's not an organized. ऐसा नहीं होता. She has an HR department. वहाँ पे people have, they have organized informal. All these tailors come with iCards and punch in like corporate employees. That doesn't happen, right? It's an informal. कल नहीं आए, गांव चले गए 1 महीने, 2 महीने के लिए गांव चले गए. Informal sector है, unorganized sector है. Right? Unlimited liability of the owner. The entire risk is of the owner. If the boutique does not work, that particular 21, 22-year-old girl will have to take the entire risk. The risk is of hers entirely. Pura loss usko hi jhelna padega. Right? Lack of employee welfare. Right? They do not have funds for employee welfare ki chalo inko party pe leke jate hain, inko घुमाने Thailand ले जा रहे हैं. There are no employee welfare opportunities. It's a small scale homegrown businesses, right? That is sole proprietorship. Let's go to the next one. This is sole proprietorship. Now, quick quiz. Okay. Quick quiz on this chat. Only answers, no doubts right now. Doubts will be taken only when I complete the chapters. All doubts will be taken. I do not want to break your and my flow, right? Question is on the screen. फटाफट से read the question and answer. Why do all the risk of the sole proprietorship accrue to the owner? Owner ही सारे risk क्यों उठाए? In a sole proprietorship, you're talking about sole proprietorship. All the risks accrue to the owner. Why? सारे risk owner ही क्यों उठाए? फटाफट से give me the answer and we'll go to the next topic. 99% of people are saying A because all the profits also accrue to them, right? Another 5 seconds, very quickly, just answers. Awesome. The answer is option number A, because all profits also accrue to them. सारे profits खुद कमाते हैं, तो सारा risk भी भैया खुद ही उठाओगे ना, right? That is what sole proprietorship is. Awesome. Cool. Let's go to Hindu Undivided Family, which is HUF. Now, another very important exam-oriented question. Hindu Undivided Family includes Hindu, Buddhist, Jain, and Sikh families too, right? Hindu Undivided Family includes Hindu, Buddhist, Jain, and Sikh families too. It is similar to a sole proprietorship, but it is an automatically formed based on Hindu ancestry, includes wives and daughters. By succession, by birth, एक Hindu Undivided Family बन जाती है. Now, you have to understand each and every word. Hindu Undivided Family, undivided. अगर आप अकेले रह रहे हो अपनी फैमिली के साथ, in terms of it's a nuclear family, right? It's a nuclear family, then it is not an Hindu undivided family. It has to be a joint family, formed in a joint family setup, जहाँ पे दादा दादी चाचा चाची सब लोग साथ में रहते हैं. That is where a Hindu undivided family comes, where your grandparents, parents, uncle, aunt, all together, they live together, they are as a family together. That is where Hindu undivided family comes into picture. Hindu undivided family covers Hindu, Buddhist, Jain, and Sikh families too, right? What is the defining factor of an Hindu undivided family? Marriage, shadi hona. Shadi is the defining factor to call it an HUF, right? Now, there is a father, there is a mother, okay? There is a father and there is a mother. They have 2 children, okay? They have 2 children. They have 1 and they have 2 children. Is this an Hindu undivided family? No, this is not an Hindu undivided family. This number 1 gets married to 1.1. Okay, I'm just giving you an example. Don't take it to the heart. This number 2 gets married to 2.1. Okay, this gets married to 2.1. I'm just writing that way. Seriously मत लेना कि आप 2.1 क्या नाम हुआ, ठीक है? So now this is Hindu undivided family. Now this is Hindu undivided family. This is Hindu undivided family. Shadi is the defining factor. Marriage is the defining factor to call it an HUF. The kids have to be married. The kids need to be married to be a part of an Hindu undivided family. Capital is huge because many people are involved there. A lot of people, chacha, chachi, uncle, auntie, dada, dadi, papa, mummy, itne sare log are involved in Hindu united family, so the amount of money involved is also huge. Quick decisions. There are quick decision making. How is that possible? We are talking about a family. Family में decision quick कैसे हो सकते हैं? यहाँ ऐसे हो सकते हैं because head of the family, कर्ता, takes all the decisions. Okay, कर्ता is the head of the family. By nature, how this thing works is the head of the family takes all the decisions, right? HUF, they are called कर्ता. जो सब काम करते हैं तो उसका नाम ही कर्ता रख दिया है. Separate legal status under Income Tax Act. HUF has a separate legal status from all the members. So every member of the Hindu undivided family अपनी अलग ITR भरता है, income tax return. HUF has a separate legal entity, अपनी अलग से एक ITR income tax return भरती है, right? HUF has a separate legal status under Income Tax Act. Automatic co-owners by birth. Members are called co-parceners. The head of the family is called karta. The members are called co-parceners. The members, that means everyone in the family, everyone else in the family is called co-parcener. Automatically by birth, आपको उसमें हिस्सा मिल जाता है. But to call it your Hindu undivided family, you have to get married, right? You become part of that Hindu undivided family as a co-parcener by birth, but to call it your own Hindu undivided family, you have to have a marriage. What does this mean? Now, from that previous example, grandparents say you have parents के एक बच्चे हैं, एक बच्चों के आगे you have wives, right? Now, ये लोग बोल सकते हैं कि हमारी हिंदू अनडिवाइडेड फैमिली है, राइट? अब लेट्स सपोज इनके बच्चे होते हैं, इनका एक और बच्चा होता है X, ओके? X will become part of this family. X will become part of this entire Hindu undivided family, but X cannot say कि मेरे मम्मी पापा से मिलके मेरी भी एक अलग HUF है. They cannot say this. ये नहीं बोलेगा कि अरे मेरे मम्मी पापा की भी तो अंदर एक और HUF बन गई, मैं दादा से अलग होना चाहता हूँ, I want to be separate from my grandparents, I want to be just with my parents who are married and I am their son or daughter, this is my Hindu undivided family. No, you have to get married. The moment you get married, आप एक और हिंदू अनडिवाइडेड फैमिली विद इन हिंदू अनडिवाइडेड फैमिली बना सकते हो, right? It's a complicated taxation structure which you do not have to understand at this point in time. When you get to the final level, when you study taxation, ये chapter आके आपकी अच्छे से बैंड बजाएगा. So don't worry about that. Only think about the theoretical stuff right now. Do not get into details. पूरा syllabus खराब कर लोगे अपना. Do not get into details. Understand it as an organization. This is also a form of business organization, very prevalent in India. Okay, unlimited liability of the कर्ता. अगर HUF का business fail होता है, if the HUF business fails, the unlimited liability is of the कर्ता. It is difficult to sustain in changing family dynamics. In India, it is becoming now difficult to create HUF because people are living separately, right? Kids are going to a different state. Everyone is taking up employment. People who were in Rajasthan are now kids are shifting to Bangalore or Mumbai, to Delhi NCR or Hyderabad. और वो बच्चे आगे अपना फैमिली नहीं रखना चाहते हैं. People do not want to have kids, right? So this thing is becoming less. It is difficult to sustain in the current times because the family structures are changing. Number last, succession is a legal trouble, right? चाचा को कितना शेयर मिलेगा, चाची को कितना शेयर मिलेगा, पापा मम्मी को कितना शेयर मिलेगा, बच्चों को कितना शेयर मिलेगा, right? Legal fights होती हैं. It has to happen. It's a family, money is involved. लड़ाइयाँ तो होंगी. It's India, right? It's world, human nature है, not just India. World, human nature है, लड़ाई तो होगी ही, right? Cool. Let's go to the next one. Think of it as an organization, as a form of business organization. Detail में मत जाना, दिमाग खराब हो जाएगा. Focus on what is in the syllabus, right? कितना टैक्स होता है, वो क्या होता है, definition क्या है, सब पढ़ोगे intermediate taxation में, सब पढ़ोगे final taxation में. You will solve questions of taxation on HUF. वो final में आएगा. तब तक you can enjoy this, okay? नंबर 3, पार्टनरशिप। पार्टनरशिप तो हम सबको पता है क्या होता है। 2 or 3 पीपल कमिंग टुगेदर एंड टेलिंग कि चलो आओ आपस में मिलके काम करें, लेट्स बिकम पार्टनर्स इन दिस बिजनेस एंड वर्क टुगेदर। हम मेरे को आई वांट टू डू एन एक्सपोर्ट बिजनेस ऑफ हैंडीक्राफ्ट। आई फाइंड आउट अ फ्रेंड हु इज फ्रॉम जयपुर, आई एम फ्रॉम मुंबई फॉर एग्जाम्पल। आई कॉल अप माई फ्रेंड इन जयपुर एंड टेल हिम दैट बॉस तू वहां से गेट द हैंडीक्राफ्ट, गेट द जयपुर रजाई एंड जयपुर के हैंडीक्राफ्ट, ऑल दीज कुशन कवर्स, ब्राइट ब्राइट लहंगास एंड एवरीथिंग। You bring that to Mumbai, you send that to me in Mumbai. I will export it to Africa, I will export it to UK, I will export it to some other country in Europe, right? मैं वहां बेच दूंगा, right? Let's get into a partnership. That is partnership. It's a contractual co-ownership. दोनों ओनर्स हैं बिजनेस के, प्रॉफिट्स आधा आधा करेंगे, रिस्क आधा आधा उठाएंगे, लॉस होगा तो आधा आधा we'll take, half we'll take. It's a contractual co-ownership, not necessarily 50-50. I'm just giving an example. It can be 30-70, it can be 60-40, it can be 10-90. Depends who wants to invest more in a particular business, right? Contractual agreement in place hota hai. Capital infusion, money is put into business by partners, right? Actually, now this is a very interesting topic. There was a question in the last session where someone said that what is the maximum number of partners you can have in a partnership? Okay, essentially there is no limit to the number of partners as per Partnership Act. ओके, पार्टनरशिप एक्ट कुछ नहीं बोलता है, पार्टनरशिप एक्ट ने कोई लिमिट ही नहीं दी है टू द मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ पार्टनर्स दैट कैन बी देयर इन अ पार्टनरशिप. But if you read Companies Miscellaneous Rules 2014, it clearly mentions that the maximum number of partners in a partnership can be 100 only. The Partnership Act does not talk about the number of partners. The Miscellaneous Company Rules 2014 says, boss, maximum number can only be 100. Profit as well as risk sharing. Profit as well as risk sharing. Profit भी शेयर होता है, रिस्क भी शेयर होता है. Can be found for any form of economic activity. किसी भी form of economic activity के लिए आप पार्टनरशिप कर सकते हो, right? Be it your let's say business के लिए, profession के लिए भी आप पार्टनरशिप कर सकते हो. Not specifically for employment, but profession में पार्टनरशिप होती है, business में पार्टनरशिप होती है, right? Unlimited liability of the partners. कल को अगर पार्टनरशिप के बहुत ज्यादा लॉसेस हो जाते हैं, the bank, the investor can come and tell the partners कि हम आपके घर से आपका फर्नीचर, आपका घर बेच के पैसा ले लेंगे. Partners are liable. Partners have unlimited liability. When we talk about unlimited liability, that means कि अगर business cannot repay the loans, the business cannot repay the investors back the money, the investors, the loan givers can come to the partners and they can take away the personal assets of the partners. उनकी गाड़ी उठा के ले जाएंगे, घर उठा के ले जाएंगे, in terms of घर गिरवी डाल देंगे, right? They will take away their home, their car, their jewelry. They can do that. There is unlimited liability of partners. Partners are responsible to pay back the money of bank and investors. Okay, slow decision making होती है कि दोनों पार्टनर्स हाँ करेंगे तभी काम होगा. Fate of the business depends on the personal well-being of the partners. One of the partners, if gets some medical emergency, the business might suffer. Okay, succession is not easy. किसके बच्चे को देंगे पार्टनरशिप? मेरे बच्चे को देंगे, आपके बच्चे को देंगे, उसके बच्चे को देंगे, किसके बच्चे को देंगे, राइट? कौन से पार्टनर के बच्चे को कितना शेयर मिलेगा, कौन ज्यादा अच्छा संभाल पाएगा? सक्सेशन इज नॉट इजी. इट्स नॉट एन इजी टास्क टू गिव सक्सेशन ऑफ पार्टनरशिप टू द नेक्स्ट जनरेशन. Right now it has become 50. Okay, now companies rule, people are saying now it has become 50. I will also check, Lakshita. Last I checked it was 100. Let me check this. The company miscellaneous rules maybe have been revised and the maximum number now is 50 is what people are saying. Let us check. Let me also check and let's get back on this. Okay, cool. पार्टनरशिप में इतनी सारी प्रॉब्लम थी. ओके, पार्टनरशिप में इतनी सारी प्रॉब्लम थी कि अनलिमिटेड लाइबिलिटी है, म्यूचुअल एजेंसी है. इफ समबडी डज नॉट डू वेल, इज नॉट कीपिंग वेल, बिजनेस का फेट क्या हो जाएगा? देयर वर लॉट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स इन पार्टनरशिप. टू सॉल्व दोज प्रॉब्लम्स अ न्यू काइंड ऑफ पार्टनरशिप was developed which is called limited liability partnership. The word is limited liability partnership. यहाँ पे पार्टनरशिप में the liability was unlimited. यहाँ पे the liability of the partners was unlimited. यहाँ पे liability was unlimited, right? यहाँ पे आप देख रहे हो unlimited liability है. But In LLP, limited liability of the partners, where the liability of the partners is limited. जितना बिजनेस के पास पैसा है, जितने बिजनेस के पास एसेट्स हैं, उतना ही पैसा रीपे करेंगे भैया. हम अपने पर्सनल एसेट से, we will not give money out of our personal assets. All of you are saying it's 50, so probably it is 50 now. We will also go with 50. I trust you guys. Okay, cool. Mandatory registration. LLP के लिए मैंडेटरी है रजिस्ट्रेशन करवाना अंडर द लिमिटेड लाइबिलिटी पार्टनरशिप एक्ट. यू नीड टू बी रजिस्टर्ड एज एन LLP with the government under limited liability partnership act. Designated partners and separate legal entity. Okay, there are designated partners in an LLP and it is a separate legal entity from the partners, right? पार्टनर्स अपनी ITR अलग भरते हैं और LLP एक अलग एंटिटी है. इफ समवन वांट्स टू सू, किसी को केस करना है LLP पे, तो वो दे विल सू द LLP ओनली. दे कैन नॉट सू द पार्टनर्स बिकॉज इट्स अ सेपरेट लीगल एंटिटी. इफ यू हैव अ केस, इफ यू हैव अ कंप्लेंट अगेंस्ट द LLP, you can only take the LLP to the court. The partners are only representing that entire limited liability partnership. The partners are only representation of the group of all the people who are doing that business under LLP. They are not liable personally. ऐसा नहीं होगा आप कंप्लेंट LLP पे डालोगे तो पार्टनर को जेल में डाल देंगे, right? There will be case. The representatives will be asked to compensate. If not, those who take the responsibility within the LLP, they will be sent to jail. Okay, hybrid form. It's in hybrid form. It's proprietary form plus corporate form. थोड़ा सा corporate feel भी आती है, थोड़ा proprietary feel भी आती है. It's a mixture of both the things. Right? There is perpetual succession, least risk of going concern. That means perpetual succession hota hai isme. The partners keep changing. You keep adding new partners. There is no upper limit on the partners. There is no upper limit on the partners. 10 करोड़ partner भी हो सकते हैं एक LLP के, 100 करोड़ partner भी हो सकते हैं एक LLP पे. Right? पूरा इंडिया एक LLP का partner हो सकता है. It is possible. It is legally possible. Right? There is no upper limit on the number of partners. अगर कोई पार्टनर मर जाता है और एग्जिट करता है, कोई नया पार्टनर ले लेते हैं, राइट? दे आर लाइक 100 people and they are 100 people, like there are 100 partners in an LLP. 2 people exit the partnership, they take 2 more people into partnership. they say कि ठीक है, आप किसी और को बोलते हैं हमारे पार्टनरशिप में पार्टनर बन जाओ, and people are working that. EY, PwC, Deloitte, KPMG, all these big fours are working as limited liability partnerships. They are all these people you would have heard. You enter as executive, senior executive, manager, senior manager, and then you become partner in EY. EY का partner बन गया कोई, Deloitte का partner बन गया, PwC का कोई partner बन गया, right? You would have heard these terms. They are partners. That means they are limited liability partnership में they are partners. They are representing this group of so many chartered accountants who are working in India for consulting, auditing, taxation, transfer pricing. ये सब limited liability partnership के अंडर काम करते हैं, right? All partners act as agents of the LLP, right? They're representing the LLP. They're just representation of LLP. Limited liability as a separate legal entity. That is what we talked about. Loads and loads of compliance to follow under LLP Act. उनको अपनी books maintain करनी है. They have to file their audit report. They have to file their revenue reports. They have to file their compliance, competitive compliance, list of members, all the partner details. सब कुछ submit करना होता है government को. So there is a lot of compliance that goes into all these companies. There's a lot of load on compliance for all these companies, right? EY is now splitting and creating 2 more different LLPs, right? Cool. HUF registration is mandatory. Yes, eventually tax may you will have to define yourself as an HUF. Only then you file your income tax return as an HUF. Okay. Number last, which is company. Anything formed under Companies Act is a body corporate company, flag bearer of entrepreneurship in India. All the startups are becoming companies. कोई partnership LLP के form में कम ही खुल रही हैं. All the startups are essentially going and becoming a company. Why? Because companies are very well established form of business in India. The banks, now listen to this very carefully. if someone asks you, you're going to become a chartered accountant, someone asks you कि यार मुझे कंपनी खोलनी चाहिए या पार्टनरशिप खोलनी चाहिए, right? You will have a lot of friends who will come and ask you, यार कंपनी खोलनी चाहिए, LLP खोलूं या बिना कोई रजिस्ट्रेशन के सोल प्रोप्राइटर बन जाऊं, right? Your answer should be, if you want money from the market, if you want money from banks, if you want money from investors, you should go for company, because it is the most well established form of business. It is the most legally sound form of business, jahan pe you have limited liability, you have separate legal status, separation of ownership from management, strong legal compliance. वहां पे AOA बनते हैं, article of association, memorandum of association, meeting details, annual filings with ROC, that is registrar of companies. You have to keep all these, maintain all these documents with the government, and because you have all these documents with the government, the banks are very confident in giving money to you, because आपका एक अलग ही UDIN बनता है, आपका डायरेक्टर आइडेंटिफिकेशन नंबर बनता है, आपका उद्योग आधार बनता है, which is companies का आधार. Like you have Aadhaar card, companies also have Aadhaar card, which is called उद्योग आधार, right? They have these numbers. So banks are very confident कि ठीक है, we know this person cannot run away from us. इससे पैसा निकालना will not be a task, because we have all the details. He or she, this particular company has shared all the details with the government. So they're confident in giving money to you in loan, in investment. You go to different communities for startups. If founders के पास जाते हैं, angel investors के पास जाते हैं, it's easier to get money from the market to do your business. So corporate is the flag bearer of entrepreneurship in India, because it's easier to get money as a company than as a partnership, than as a LLP, than as a sole proprietorship, right? Cool. Now, there are certain very interesting concepts within company that are coming up, right? That is called one person company. अभी सरकार ने क्या बोला? Because companies are so well established form of business, how about we convert sole proprietorships into companies as well? So they came with an idea of one person company. We call them OPC. We call them OPC, which is one person company. A sole proprietor can also register themselves as a company now, right? The compliance is less. They do not have to file so many documents. उनको सिर्फ एक अपना उद्योग आधार लेना है, MSME card लेना है. They just have to get certain details and documents fixed, and they are registered as a one person company, and it becomes easier for them as well to take loans from the government, avail benefits of government schemes. Government कोई scheme निकालती है small business के लिए कि सबको 5-5 लाख रुपए का free interest loan मिलेगा. If you want to get this loan, you will have to be registered as a company. That becomes a necessity. So it is good to get registered as a company if you're doing a business, right? There is a small company. You register yourself as a small company, which is based on turnover. अगर आपका turnover 5-10 करोड़ रुपए तक ही है या 2-5 करोड़ रुपए तक ही है, then you can register as a small company, right? Now, coming to the final and the most asked question in the examination, which is dormant company. Listen to this very, very carefully. There is a concept called dormant company, which is when a company wants to safeguard, listen to this very carefully, very much asked in the examination. When a company wants to safeguard their intellectual property, when a company wants to safeguard their future project, when a company wants to safeguard something that they have innovated, some new technology that they have created, some new product that they have created, some innovation that they have done, they want to protect that particular thing, they create a dormant company and register that innovation, register that technology under that company, right? And later when they want to sell that innovation, when they want to use that technology, when they want to sell that technology in the open market, then that particular main company buys this particular innovation or technology from the dormant company, and then they sell it to the outer market, right? Very interesting concept. They do that to safeguard their innovation. बाकी जनता से, बाकी market से, बाकी competition से अपनी technology टेक्नोलॉजी, अपनी इनोवेशन को बचाने के लिए दे फर्स्ट गो एंड रजिस्टर दैट थिंग which creates a record कि this company on this day in this date under this company, this name of the company has registered this technology. They are the owners of the technology. Now if someone goes and copies their technology or wants to like play around that or cheats them or copies their technology or innovation, they can go and charge or go take them to court and prove कि ये देखो आपसे 2 साल पहले हमने टेक्नोलॉजी रजिस्टर करवा ली थी, आपने हमारी टेक्नोलॉजी कॉपी की है, give us 500 crore rupees, right? We are suing you, we are taking you to the court because we have legal paper of a company registered under this technology which owns this technology or intellectual property or a trademark or an innovative thing or a tech software or a product, कुछ नया product, innovative product लाओ, register करा लेते हैं लोग, right? This is what dormant companies do. कमलेश, safeguard, इतना simple English word, boss, थोड़ी सी English we will have to improve, otherwise it's going to be very tough for you. I'm being honest with you. CA is going to be very tough if you guys do not work on vocabulary, right? Safeguard means bachana, to protect. Safeguard means to protect, right? Yash, I'll come to that as well. पढ़ाई में थोड़ा सा ध्यान लगा लो, टेलीग्राम की बात करेंगे, right? अभी इतना इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक चल रहा है, टेलीग्राम की बात चल रही है, वाह, so much confidence, so much. अगर आपको इतना ही कॉन्फिडेंस है पढ़ाई पे, probably you don't need the sessions then, right? Okay, any questions so far? I'll stop now for good 5 minutes and I will ask anyone who has any questions related to the syllabus, right? Let's focus on the syllabus. We are here to study. थोड़ा सा syllabus पे ध्यान देते हैं अभी, right? You did not understand dormant company. I just repeated that to protect your intellectual property, कि आपको prove करना है कि आपने सबसे पहले कुछ innovation की है. To protect yourself, to safeguard your intellectual property, you create a dormant company, जो कि कुछ business नहीं करती है. It's a dormant company, right? It does not do any business. बस उसके नीचे एक intellectual property, एक product, एक technology register करके हमने save कर दी, protect करके उसको तिजोरी में रख दिया, right? Under that company's name, under that company's registration, that is a dormant company. Cool. Okay. What else? Ask me interesting questions about subject. I'll be happy to answer interesting questions, right? Have doubts, have questions which are interesting, right? आशा, डोरमेंट कंपनी हिंदी में आप अपनी कोई नई इनोवेशन, कुछ नया आपने ऐसा कुछ बना लिया है, आपको कुछ अलादीन का चिराग मिल गया है, आप उसको एक कंपनी बना के उसके अंडर रजिस्टर कर लेते हो ताकि आप प्रूव कर सको कि ये सबसे पहले मैंने ढूंढा है, राइट? ताकि आप बाकी दुनिया को बता सको, कभी भी कोई आपको चोरी करना चाहे आपसे वो चीज, आपकी कोई प्रॉपर्टी, आपकी कोई इंटेलेक्चुअल इनोवेशन, आप कोर्ट में जाके प्रूव कर सकते हो कि ये देखो इस तारीख को इस कंपनी ने, जो कि मेरी कंपनी है, इसने ये प्रोडक्ट ढूंढा था, इसको प्रोटेक्ट किया था, बनाया था, ये देखो मेरे पास तारीख है, ये देखो मेरे पास रजिस्ट्रेशन सर्टिफिकेट है. इसको बोलते हैं डोरमेंट कंपनी, right? OPC, one person company registered as a sole proprietor company की तरह register कर ले, उसको one person company बोलते हैं. To get benefits of government schemes, to get benefits of bank loans, right? Can HUF register themselves as HUF? Yes, absolutely. Get the benefit of HUF, right? You will have to figure that out, Gunjan. I don't know. MBA चाय वाला कौन सा form of business है? My sense is it will be a company. Corporate means company. Okay. Are entrepreneurship and proprietorship same? Almost yes. Dormant company and new technology come into existence. Yes. What is annual filing? Khushi, what is annual filing? Simple English. हर साल जो आप फाइल करते हो अपनी इनकम टैक्स रिटर्न, कंपनीज को रिटर्न्स भरनी है. All these are annual. Annual means yearly. Filing means documents that you have to file with the government, right? That is annual filings. You guys must be studying that in law, right? आपके पास law भी है, economics भी है, accounts भी है. We have all these topics there. Dormant company, Samina, I've also explained in Hindi now. should be helpful, right? Angel investor, Ankit, क्या होता है? इन्वेस्टर जो आपके ऊपर पैसा लगाता है, बेट करता है आपके ऊपर. एंजल इन्वेस्टर जो भला आदमी है, इसलिए उसको एंजल बोलते हैं. इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी इज टेक्नोलॉजी, सॉफ्टवेयर, कुछ इनोवेटिव, कुछ रिसर्च डेवलपमेंट से ढूंढा हुआ कुछ आपके पास है, दैट इज इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी. ट्रेडमार्क, कॉपीराइट, सब इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी है. They take patent rights, but getting it registered under a company protects it legally as well. बहुत ज़्यादा और legal protection मिल जाती है if you register itself under a dormant company while you have patent rights, right? But a company owns it now. Patent right से you as a person will get a right. Now patent right अगर एक company ले लेगी, now a dormant company files for patent rights, double legal protection है, right? Double legal protection है. LLP gives you advantage of limited liability, but what if they do fraud behind LLP? Will their liability still be limited? Yes. Yes. Their liability will be limited. अभी आप लॉ में ना इंटरमीडिएट में पढ़ोगे, which is called unveiling of corporate veil. There is a concept of like the removal of corporate veil, right? वो आप पढ़ेंगे, अभी उसमें मत जाइए. बट फ्रॉड्स एंड स्कैम से बचने के लिए देयर वाज अ न्यू लॉ दैट वाज इंट्रोड्यूस्ड. विल स्टडी अबाउट इट. अभी तो शुरू हुआ है दोस्त, अभी तो सीए शुरू हुआ है. अभी तो यू विल अंडरस्टैंड व्हाई अ लॉट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स क्राई अबाउट सीए. व्हाई डू यू हैव ऑल दीज मीम्स अबाउट सीए? अभी समझ आएगा. इट इज जस्ट द बिगिनिंग. Is it necessary that the karta will be male member of the family? Generally, yes. Generally, yes. Smriti, that is how, because of changing environment, right? There are a lot of changing environment, a lot of change in the society. Uski wajah se, a lot of changes are coming in these laws as well, right? ये बहुत पुराने laws हैं, HUF वगैरह, ये बहुत पुराने तरीके हैं काम करने के. These are exist in 1900s के laws हैं, right? अब 2020 में, 2022 में, if you're trying to like go with the law which is 100 years old, might not make sense, right? So these things are changing for sure. Correct, Saurav. You guys are asking accounts wale doubts to law wale doubts in BCK, but I'm happy to answer that. But I would really insist, थोड़ा सा खुद भी मेहनत करना पड़ेगा, right? We are here to help you as much as we can, right? But I would really want you to ask me interesting questions. थोड़े interesting questions पूछोगे जो आपको confuse कर रहे हैं या कि दूसरों को भी doubt हो सकते हैं. That will make this more valuable. That will make these sessions more interesting, right? Repeating those things wouldn't help you as well. You can watch the recorded sessions again and again and again. 10 बार ही देख सकते हो आप, ये record हो रहा है सब कुछ, right? वापस जाओ, 10 बार ही रिकॉर्डेड सुनो, you'll get the concept. अब इनफ ब्रेक नहीं लेंगे, आज हम दौड़ते जाएंगे. संडे है, फटाफट से दौड़ेंगे, मेहनत करेंगे थोड़ी सी, राइट? ब्रेक नहीं लेंगे आज. आई एम हैप्पी इन डूइंग मेहनत. आई वुड वांट यू आल्सो टू डू सम मेहनत नाउ विद मी. आई थिंक यू आर विद मी इन दिस. How I can prove that I'm resident of India, live not this 120 days? Very good, Sakaldeep. Ask this in law or taxation, right? How can you prove is plane की टिकट से. आने जाने की टिकट तो होगी ना आपके पास, तो दिखा देना, right? There are two types of HUF. You would have studied in 11th, Mitakshara and Daya Bhaga, right? There are two kinds of HUF. We're not studying that in this. और डेप्थ में जाएंगे तो अभी इतना डेप्थ में है. What is the difference between designated partner and a normal partner? This is a great question, Zeba, right? These are the kind of questions I want you to ask me, right? We talked about LLP, जहाँ पे I talked about designated partners and normal partnership and normal partners है. What does this mean? Okay, now in LLP में क्या होता है? LLP में you will have, let's say 100 partners, okay? Now you will have 100 partners in LLP. I'm just giving a number, random number. ये 100 लोग मिलके टॉप 10 लोगों को इलेक्ट करेंगे. ये 100 लोग, these 100 people will elect 10 people as designated partners. That means who will represent the LLP everywhere, चाहे कोर्ट में, चाहे पब्लिक में, चाहे न्यूज में, चाहे न्यूज़पेपर में, चाहे न्यूज चैनल पे जाना है. These 10 people are the top designated partners. The rest 90 are also partners, but these 10 are designated partners कि यार कहीं भी रिप्रेजेंटेशन होगी आप जाओगे, right? You 10 are going to lead us. You 10 are the leaders in this LLP. उसको बोलते हैं designated partner. फॉर एग्जाम्पल किसी एलएलपी में 5,000 पार्टनर है, तो सब कहेंगे यार मैं भी पार्टनर हूं, मैं भी पार्टनर, सब चौधरी बनेंगे, राइट? एवरीवन विल ट्राई टू बी हीरो एंड द लीडर. देन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन काम नहीं कर पाएगी, बिकॉज एवरीवन सेज आई एम अ पार्टनर, हु आर यू टू टेल मी समथिंग, आई एम ऑल्सो अ पार्टनर इन द फर्म. दैट डजंट हैपन. बिजनेस विल नॉट हैपन दैट वे. सो दे हैव डेजिग्नेटेड पार्टनर्स कि यार ये 5 लोग हैं जो कि आर द लीडर्स ऑफ द कंपनी, राइट? दे आर इलेक्टेड डेजिग्नेटेड पार्टनर्स इन एलएलपी. ओके, ग्रेट क्वेश्चन देयर. आज का बेनिफिट्स ऑफ HUF सेपरेट लीगल एंटिटी पढ़ चुके हैं हम लोग. इट्स अ सेपरेट टैक्सेशन थिंग दैट यू गेट. कूल. श्योर. जिसमें था ऑल द PPTs आफ्टर आई कंप्लीट ए चैप्टर. आज चैप्टर 1 कंप्लीट करेंगे, चैप्टर 1 की PPT अपलोड कर देंगे, राइट? आफ्टर आई कंप्लीट ए चैप्टर आई अपलोड द PPT. वरना आप सेशन में ही नहीं आओगे, मुझे पता है ना. आपको लाने के लिए हम लोग कर रहे हैं ये, ताकि PPT पहले डाल देंगे तो आप कह रहे PPT तो पढ़ लिया, अब क्या क्लास में जाके सुनना है इनको, भजन गा रहे हैं, क्या बकवास पढ़ा रहे हैं. इसलिए हम बाद में PPT डालेंगे. वी आर ऑल्सो स्मार्ट. नेशनैलिटी सर्टिफिकेट और उसमें बड़ा फर्क है, वो भी पढ़ोगे टैक्स में. मजा आएगा, मजा आएगा. आई एम वेरी हैप्पी दैट यू गाइज हैव दीज क्वेश्चंस. ये सारे क्वेश्चन सॉल्व हो जाएंगे सीए, जब तक सीए फाइनल में पहुंचोगे सब अच्छा है. आई एम वेरी हैप्पी यू गाइज हैव क्वेश्चंस, राइट? आई एम वेरी हैप्पी यू गाइज हैव क्वेश्चंस. मजा आएगा, मजा आएगा. इंटरमीडिएट में, फाइनल में लॉ पढ़ोगे, टैक्स पढ़ोगे, इतना कुछ पता चलेगा. यू विल बी ब्लोन बाय इंफॉर्मेशन, राइट? एंड गुड. हैव दीज क्वेश्चंस, बी क्यूरियस अबाउट दीज क्वेश्चंस. कि नेशनैलिटी क्या है, टैक्स कैसे होगा, मेरे बारे में कैसे पता चलेगा मैं इंडियन हूँ, सब आंसर्स हैं. Cool. Can we say OPC as a small company? Generally, हाँ बोल सकते हो, but they are थोड़ा सा different. Small company might have 3-4 directors. OPC only has 1 director, 1% company है, right? ROC, Registrar of Companies. रजिस्ट्रार ऑफ कंपनी, जिसके पास कंपनी रजिस्टर होती है उसको बोलते हैं रजिस्ट्रार. सब आएगा दोस्त, बड़ा मजा आएगा. चहल आपको बहुत मजा आने वाला है, बहुत मजा आने वाला है. ROC क्या है, ये क्या है, ऑडिट क्या है, ITR क्या होता है, अभी तो मजा आएगा, राइट? आई एम रियली हैप्पी. बहुत मजा आने वाला है सीए में. आई एम एक्साइटेड फॉर यू. सोचो, बताओ, मुझे पढ़े हुए 50 साल हो गए हैं, बट आई एम स्टिल एक्साइटेड फॉर यू. Have these questions, boss. Be curious about these questions. सब कुछ पढ़ोगे. Cool. Let's quickly jump to the last thing. फिर चैप्टर 1 कंप्लीट हो जाएगा. फिर चैप्टर 2 भी पढ़ेंगे आज. चैप्टर 2 भी फटाफट से पढ़ लेंगे थोड़ा बहुत. बहुत ईजी है. चैप्टर 2 तो बहुत ईजी है दोस्त, ठीक है? चैप्टर 1 थोड़ा सा टेक्निकल हो जाता है, आई एग्री. थोड़ा सा रिपीटेटिव, टेक्निकल, लंबा हो जाता है, बट चैप्टर 2 और मजेदार है. Let's just go into this last topic. Bear with me for the next 5 minutes. I will bombard you with information here again, right? And then let me. अच्छा, एक और चीज करते हैं. I have an idea for you. Okay, wait. इसमें I want to draw something. कहाँ पे draw करूँ? रुको, यहीं पे draw करता हूँ. Okay, I'll use a dark color. I want all of you to concentrate so much on this. It is going to solve a lot of conceptual clarity, which is beyond syllabus. Okay, I'm going to go a little beyond syllabus for you to understand how things happen in the world. Okay, now आपने सुना है कंपनी, आपने सुना है कंपनी, ठीक है? कंपनी सुना है आपने, क्या होता है? ओके, नाउ देयर इज अ प्राइवेट कंपनी और वहां पे एक होती है पब्लिक कंपनी. एक होती है प्राइवेट कंपनी, एक होती है पब्लिक कंपनी, राइट? यू वुड हैव हर्ड दिस एज वेल. प्राइवेट कंपनी, पब्लिक कंपनी. अच्छा, नाउ देयर इज लिमिटेड कंपनी, देयर इज ए लिमिटेड कंपनी, देयर इज ए लिस्टेड कंपनी. एक लिस्टेड कंपनी भी होती है, राइट? एक लिस्टेड कंपनी होती है, इसका क्या, इतने सारी कंपनीज का फर्क क्या होता है? ओके, लेट मी टेल यू वेरी क्विकली. कंपनी हमने पढ़ लिया, इट्स अ फॉर्म ऑफ बिजनेस कॉर्पोरेशन रजिस्टर्ड अंडर कंपनीज एक्ट. It's a form of business organization registered under Companies Act. It is the most abundant used form of business for entrepreneurship. आपको गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स के बेनिफिट्स चाहिए, आपको लोन का बेनिफिट चाहिए, आप कंपनी बना लो. इट इज द मोस्ट यूजफुल फॉर्म ऑफ बिजनेस इफ यू वांट टू ग्रो योर बिजनेस. सुपर, समझ गए, सब समझ आ गया. प्राइवेट कंपनी क्या होता है? प्राइवेट कंपनी इज ए कंपनी जहां पे आप खुद पैसा लगाते हैं. When you are investing your own money, when you are investing your own money, it is called a private company. You, your wife, your friends, 3-4 लोग मिलके आप एक कंपनी बना रहे हो, अपने खुद के पैसे लगा रहे हो. It's called private company. It's called private company. Okay, it's called private company. What is a public company? You tell me. अगर private company वो है जहां पे मैं खुद के पैसे लगा रहा हूं, तो पब्लिक कंपनी क्या होगी? पार्टनरशिप में कंपलसरी नहीं है रजिस्ट्रेशन दोस्त. Kushi, all the chapters, there are no weightages. But the question to you is, if private company is a company where I invest my own money, what is a public company? सुन के क्या समझ आ रहा है? सुन के क्या लग रहा है, क्या होती होगी एक पब्लिक कंपनी? राइट? ओके. Whose shares are listed on the stock exchange is a public company. Okay. गवर्नमेंट कंपनीज या पब्लिक कंपनी. सुपर यार, यही तो चाहिए था. सारे गलत आंसर हैं बट यही मेरे को चाहिए थे. नाउ आई विल सॉल्व ऑल दीज डाउट्स फॉर एवर. आपको जिंदगी के लिए हमेशा क्लियर हो जाएगा. अच्छा है, गलत आंसर दिया. राइट? गवर्नमेंट कंपनीज वेयर पब्लिक इन्वेस्ट, मार्केट से पैसा लेना. इन विच पब्लिक इन्वेस्ट? ओके, गवर्नमेंट इन्वेस्ट, public will put the money. Most of the person who work in the company, okay, public से money लेते हैं public companies. Public company issue shares to the public. Okay, public company can be funded by the public. लोगों से पैसे लेते हैं, ठीक है. In which public contributes some money through shareholding and have at least 7 members. Super. Okay, now अब ये समझो कॉन्सेप्ट दोस्त. प्राइवेट कंपनी इज ए कंपनी जहां पे आप खुद का पैसा लगाते हो. पब्लिक कंपनी इज ए कंपनी जहां पे यू टेक मनी फ्रॉम द जनरल पब्लिक. ठीक है, समझ गए? जनरल पब्लिक से पैसा ले रहे हैं. आई एम टेकिंग मनी फॉर टू डू बिजनेस. आई एम आस्किंग पीपल टू इन्वेस्ट इन माई कंपनी. आई एम आस्किंग पीपल टू इन्वेस्ट इन माई कंपनी because I'm going to double their money. I'm going to expand my business. Trust in me. I'm going to be a great business person. Give money to me. Will you give your money to me? Right? That is a public company. अच्छा, अब पब्लिक से पैसे लेने के काफी तरीके हैं. There are different ways of taking money from the public. Listen to this very carefully. Taking money from the public has different ways. If you are going to get money from the public, you are not going to the share market. आप शेयर मार्केट नहीं जा रहे हो. मैं पब्लिक कंपनी कैसे बनता हूं समझो. आई एम ए स्मॉल कंपनी. 3-4 हम दोस्त हैं, हमने मिलके कंपनी बनाई. सबने 10-10 लाख रुपए डाल दिए. ओके, वी आर 5 friends. We started a company. Right? We started a company. We invested 10 lakh rupees each. Now our business started and we started making good money. हमने 5 crore का धंधा. We did 5 crores of business in 6 months itself. Listen to this very carefully. Right? We did business of 5 crores in the first 6 months itself. Now I went to the owner of a big company. मैं हल्दीराम्स के ओनर के पास चला गया. That means we 5 friends, we went to Haldiram's owner and we said, sir, we need 10 crore rupees. We have done 5 crore revenue in 6 months. We are planning to do 50 crores in the next 1 year. If you invest 10 crores in us, we will give you 40% of our business. Shark Tank India. Shark Tank में Shark से पैसा ले रहे हैं. Shark is a public for them. शार्क इज अ पब्लिक फॉर देम, जनरल पब्लिक है. मैं हल्दीराम वाले से पैसा उठा लिया, मैंने बीकानेर वाला से पैसा उठा लिया. आई वेंट टू डीमार्ट ओनर एंड आई सेड मुझे पैसा दे दो, आई वांट टू डू बिजनेस. आई एम टेकिंग मनी फ्रॉम रिच पीपल, आई एम टेकिंग मनी फ्रॉम पीपल हु वांट टू इन्वेस्ट इन माय बिजनेस. जनरल पब्लिक है वो, जनरल पब्लिक, इट्स अ पब्लिक कंपनी. Now, if I go to the share market, I list my company on the share bazaar. There are so many companies listed. That means उस share market की list में आपका नाम है. And the general public can buy shares from the stock exchange. Now everyone, Grow से, Zerodha से, broker से, IND money से, ET money से, ऐप में बैठ के आप shares खरीद रहे हो क्योंकि आपकी कंपनी इज नाउ लिस्टेड ऑन द शेयर मार्केट. इट्स अ लिस्टेड पब्लिक कंपनी, इट्स अ पब्लिक कंपनी क्योंकि पब्लिक से पैसा ले रहे हो. बट नाउ इट इज अ लिस्टेड कंपनी, इट इज लिस्टेड कंपनी. इन द प्रीवियस एग्जाम्पल इट वॉज अ पब्लिक कंपनी बट इट वॉज नॉट अ लिस्टेड कंपनी. सो अ पब्लिक कंपनी कैन बी लिस्टेड एंड इट कैन नॉट बी लिस्टेड एज वेल. सो पब्लिक कंपनी हमेशा लिस्टेड होगी जरूरी नहीं है. ठीक है. ओके, ऑसम. नाउ अनदर कॉन्सेप्ट. सम पीपल सेड यार पब्लिक कंपनी मींस गवर्नमेंट कंपनी. दोस्त आप एक चीज मिस कर रहे हो, राइट? गवर्नमेंट कंपनीज आर पब्लिक सेक्टर कंपनीज. ठीक है, पब्लिक सेक्टर कंपनीज को गवर्नमेंट कंपनीज बोलते हैं, पब्लिक कंपनी नहीं बोलते हैं उसको. गवर्नमेंट की जो कंपनी होती है उसको बोलते हैं पब्लिक सेक्टर. PSU नाम सुना है? PSU, पब्लिक सेक्टर अंडरटेकिंग. Public sector undertaking. That means it is a government company. It is public sector undertaking. PSU है. गवर्नमेंट उसका 50% से ज्यादा ओन करती है उस कंपनी का शेयर, राइट? PSU भी लिस्टेड हो सकती है. कोल इंडिया है, भारत पेट्रोलियम है, इंडियन ऑयल है. दीज आर लिस्टेड पब्लिक कंपनीज. बट 50% से ज्यादा इज ओन्ड बाय द गवर्नमेंट, सो इट इज अ पब्लिक सेक्टर कंपनी क्योंकि 50% से ज्यादा गवर्नमेंट ओन करती है. इट इज अ पब्लिक लिस्टेड कंपनी बट बिकॉज 50% इज ओन्ड, मोर देन 50% इज ओन्ड बाय गवर्नमेंट, इट इज पब्लिक सेक्टर अंडरटेकिंग. सिंपल समझ आ गया आपको? पब्लिक क्या है, प्राइवेट क्या है, लिस्टेड क्या है, पब्लिक सेक्टर क्या है, गवर्नमेंट कंपनी क्या होती है, सब क्लियर हो गया 5 मिनट में. बताओ. Okay, features of private and public companies. We're talking about public companies, both listed and unlisted here. Okay, we're talking about both listed and unlisted here. Maximum number of members 2, minimum number of members 2, minimum number of members should be 7. Maximum number of members 200, public में no limit. There are restrictions on the transfer of shares. No restriction. शेयर मार्केट में बेचो, हल्दीराम के शेयर्स बीकानेर वाले को बेच दो, बीकानेर वाले का शेयर उठा के किसी अपोलो टायर्स वाले को बेच दो. अमीर आदमियों, अमीर लोगों, अमीर औरतों के बीच में अपना पैसा घुमाते रहो, चलेगा. You can buy and sell shares of these companies, right? Minimum number of directors 2, minimum number of directors 3, right? Private companies are exempted from certain like committees, right? Board of directors, audit committee, CR committee, stakeholder committee, nomination remuneration committee. ये सब public company को नहीं, private company को नहीं करना होता because you are not taking money from the public, so you're not liable to the public to explain things, right? You are not liable to public to explain things कि आप अपना business कैसे कर रहे हो. But a public company, the general public has invested their money in your business. So you have to tell them कि आप business कैसे कर रहे हो, क्यों कर रहे हो, जो कर रहे हो वो क्यों कर रहे हो, जो आपकी strategy है वो, why is your strategy like that? Because you have taken money from the public. You have to give answers to them, right? That is what it says. Question on your screen. There's a question on your screen. Common sense है, logic है. Let us see if you can figure out the answer. True, that is right, Sameer. नो आदेश, नो वन इज गोइंग टू टीच यू कि आईटीआर की वेबसाइट पे जाके आईटीआर कैसे भरते हैं या टैक्स कैसे भरते हैं. वो आपको आर्टिकलशिप में ही सिखाएंगे. वो पढ़ाई बुक्स में नहीं, कोई भी क्लासेस में, कोई भी ट्यूशन क्लासेस और एनी सपोर्ट क्लासेस और बुकलेट बुक्स में नहीं होगा. वो आर्टिकलशिप में सीखोगे दोस्त. आर्टिकलशिप में उस पर फोकस जरूर करना, वेरी जरूरी. When we need to interfere government, then same will do allot shares. True, yes, yes, Arshdeep, you're right. If I got your point right, you're right. In a public company, are shareholders members of the company? Yes, they are members. तभी तो maximum number पे कोई limit नहीं है ना, because there can be X number of shareholders. Again, logic, correct? Awesome. Can something be called business if that does not define? जो पहले था. Okay, this is an old question. I need to refresh my chat, दोस्त. चलते रहते हैं. I think most of you have answered this by now. B, 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 B. Majority saying B. Couple of you have said C. No. C वाले तो मस्ती ले रहे मेरी. The answer is B, as public trading companies have huge cost of compliance, right? So a lot of people are now shifting to privatization. सब लोग कह रहे हैं प्राइवेट कंपनी रखो, पब्लिक को तो बहुत कुछ एक्सप्लेन करना पड़ता है. You have to give a lot of answers to public. RBI आ जाएगा, SEBI आ जाएगा, गवर्नमेंट आ जाएगी, प्राइवेट इंस्टीट्यूशंस आ जाएंगे, लोग will be there on my door ठक ठकाएं कि यार क्या कर रहे हो, कैसे कर रहे हो, मेरे पैसे का क्या हुआ. So a lot of people are now shifting back to privatization. True, that is right. Summary of the chapter. Okay. We studied about business and commercial knowledge introduction. How is it relevant for a chartered accountant? Right? Human activities into economic and non-economic. Economic activities, 3 types: business, profession, employment. Understanding business in depth. Forms of business organization being sole proprietorship, right? HUF, partnership, LLP, company, private company, public company, right? And we also touched upon certain topics of regular updates like social responsibility, sustainable development, 3 Ps, profitability, people well-being, and planet sustainability, right? With this, we are done with chapter number 1. I will close this and I will open chapter number 2. Okay, I will close this and open chapter number 2. Let's pause for 5 minutes. Throw all your doubts at me, right? Throw all your doubts for the next 5 minutes at me. और उसके बाद 15 मिनट में we'll touch upon chapter number 2, which is business environment. ठीक है? It's okay, we'll be on track. If you're worried about कि हम पीछे हो जाएंगे, I'm pretty sure हम पीछे नहीं होंगे. हम cover up कर लेंगे. Be assured, I have experience in this. We'll cover up. Okay. In HUF, your question, Manvi, what is your question? If it is related to syllabus, please ask your question again. I'm really sorry. There are a lot of chat. If I missed anything, I would request if you can type that one last time and I'll answer that. A partnership may be formed to carry, is this your question? A partnership may be formed to carry on any trade, occupation, profession, social enterprise. Any trade. Any trade के लिए आप partnership कर सकते हो. Any trade. Okay. In HUF, I've answered that, Manvi, right? A partnership may be formed to carry on. हो तो गया. I'm audible, Smriti, right? I'm audible. I'm clear and audible. Himanshi, listed company which is listed on the stock exchange. Stock market में जो company listed है, वो है listed company. General public से they can take पैसा. They can take money from general public. Difference between sole proprietor and one-person company. Sole proprietor is not a company. One-person company is a company. One-person company, sole proprietor को एक कंपनी बना दो तो वो one-person company बन जाता है. यही तो डिफरेंस है. Pala Sanjana, you will understand about what is income tax return. जब इनकम होगी तो इनकम टैक्स रिटर्न अपने आप समझ आ जाएगी. Ask your parents about it. They will start their 30 minutes rant. What is income tax return? Go and ask them. Statutory audit क्या होता है अनुष्का? मजा आएगा. सब क्वेश्चंस रखो दो. ये सब आप करोगे. सीए का काम है ये. सीए बनने के बाद आप स्टैट ऑडिट करोगे, आप स्टैट्यूटरी ऑडिट करोगे, आप इनकम टैक्स रिटर्न फाइल करोगे. ये सब आपका काम है एज ए चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट. पता चलेगा धीरे धीरे धीरे. टेक योर टाइम, सब पता चलेगा. एसेंशियली आपको ऑडिट वगैरह तो पता ही होगा. Can a partnership be formed for charitable purposes? Essentially, yes. Why not? They are formed. Generally बनती नहीं है. Sidra, it's a TV show. If you have not seen Shark Tank, go and watch it on YouTube. एक एपिसोड क्या 10 मिनट का देख ली, you'll get to know. Some banks are becoming private again, right? उनको पब्लिक का पैसा नहीं चाहिए दोस्त. इतना compliance, इतना question answering, इतना scrutiny by the government. They don't want that. Why Karta cannot indulge in LLP? Because he or she is a Karta, right? वो अपना HUF संभालेगा, वो LLP में क्यों indulge करेगा? While they can, any business can change their like form of business, right? आप कंपनी से सोल प्रोप्राइटर बन सकते हो, आप सोल प्रोप्राइटर से एलएलपी बन सकते हो. यू कैन बी फ्रॉम एन एलएलपी टर्न इनटू अ कंपनी कैन टर्न इनटू एन एलएलपी कैन टर्न इनटू अ सोल प्रोप्राइटरशिप. द बिजनेस कैन चेंज इट्स फॉर्म ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. इट्स ओपन टू चेंज इट्स फॉर्म ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. कोई जरूरी नहीं है आप एलएलपी बन गए तो जीवन भर एलएलपी रहोगे. कंपनी बन जाओ, कंपनी हो, सोल प्रोप्राइटर बन जाओ. नो वन स्टॉप्स यू, राइट? इज बोट अ पब्लिक कंपनी? अभय, the answer, you know it. You have spammed the entire chat box away. I will not appreciate that, right? It's a very bad practice to spam the entire chat box. Please don't do that. I don't want to miss out good questions because of your spamming. During privatization, company will return money to public. Yes, जितना उन्होंने इन्वेस्ट किया था and whatever they have made till now, they will pay back. They will pay back to the public. Surya, what is your question, dost? If it's a syllabus related question, I would haven't missed that, right? In 11th, you have heard that you have repeated that question. I've answered, right? 2 types of HUF. I've already answered. आपका HUF वाला डाउट सूर्य, I've already answered. रिपीट क्यों पूछ रहे हैं आप? Right, you were asking this. I've answered that, Surya. Probably you are not attentive. Cool. Okay. There is a last session for that on articleship, on examination. We have the last session booked for that. Full on, how do you get articleship? How do you get good jobs? What are the opportunities? Kunjan, again, simple English. यार, scrutiny क्या होता है? Checking होती है. Test checking को scrutiny बोलते हैं. These are simple English words. You will have to work on vocabulary, please. I'm happy to help you, but I'm really requesting all of you to please start reading study material, start figuring out good vocabulary. It is going to help you professionally as well. Honest thing from someone who has experienced it. You have to work on vocabulary. There is no alternative. You cannot, even if you're very proud of your Hindi as a mother language or whatever your mother language is, the corporate, the way the world is right now, you will have to have good English, right? It's zaruri, it's mandatory. मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी उस पे भी. Not something to stress on, something to be excited about. कुछ नया ही सीखोगे. Right, Surya? You did not pay attention. I've answered that. Cool. Let me see any important syllabus questions. I don't want to miss those. That is what my idea is. For all those asking for a repeat of a particular concept, these are all recorded. Listen to those again after the class. If you still have any doubt or you're confused, I'm asking if you're confused a particular doubt or a concept, ask me 10 times. But repeating a concept doesn't make sense, right? You can go back and look at it. कुछ interesting आपको thought आ रही है यार ये ऐसा है but ये ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है? I am happy to answer that. We can take funds from only public company. That is right. तभी तो वो public company है. The moment a private company takes money from the public, it becomes a public company. If law prohibits to run partnership because of illegal activity, then a founder or sole proprietor do same. Then again law prohibits and again it will form a company. सकल वैसे नहीं होता है. आधार कार्ड सुना है आपने? सकल जी, what a scam mind you have. आधार कार्ड एक बार पकड़ लिया ना, आपका पैन कार्ड एक बार सरकार knows your PAN card that it is you're doing scams in an LLP, आपकी कंपनी नहीं फॉर्म होने देंगे वो इस पैन कार्ड पे, because you are the director, you are the owner of the company, right? आपकी कंपनी नहीं बनने देंगे. करते रहना फिर जो स्कैम करना है. सुधांशु नीचे हेलो जी पढ़ो. आप शाहरुख खान पे ध्यान दे रहे हो यार. आई एम सिटिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू. vocabulary is precursor to a good opportunity in the market. Precursor, requirement है, जरूरी है, mandatory है. Can a private company be converted to a public? Absolutely yes. Is there a difference between business and entrepreneurship? No, no difference. Entrepreneurship is starting a business. Is entrepreneurship. Shikha, again, I'm not answering any English questions. I want you to go to Google and search these words yourself. इतना spoon feeding नहीं करूंगा मैं, right? English के words तो मैं नहीं समझाऊंगा. I have made it a point. I want you to go and search these words. थोड़ी मेहनत करो. Compliance means problems. No. Again, English. Compliance means to follow rules. Right? Compliance होती है वो. Road पे red light follow करना is a compliance when you're driving a car or a scooter. That is your compliance. Right. ROC is where company documents are submitted and available, right? OPC can follow the rule of separate legal entity? Absolutely yes, because now it is a company. Absolutely, Sikaldeep. That will be helpful for you as well. Cool. I think I have answered all the syllabus related questions. I've asked you to go and brush up on your vocabulary. It is going to be really, really helpful. Okay, it is going to be really helpful. I'll be honest with you. All your teachers, all your faculty, you would have seen they have good English. They have this opportunity to become a faculty because they are good at English, right? Even in your examinations, even in your corporate world, it might seem a bit unfair. I'm not questioning that. It might seem a bit unfair if you do not have had good English background. But now you have the time, 4 years, 4 साल है दोस्त आपके पास. बहुत time होता है 4 साल. And you can become super, super good in English. And this is the time where you realize कि हाँ, सीखनी है, ब्रश अप करनी है, बुक्स पढ़नी है, इंग्लिश मूवीज देखो. कोरियन मूवी शो मत देखना, कोरियन सीख जाओगे. उससे अच्छा कुछ इंग्लिश देख लो. कूल. प्राइवेट कंपनी कैन रेज फंड्स फ्रॉम बैंक. बैंक लोन ले लो ना दोस्त. प्राइवेट कंपनी को पैसा चाहिए, बैंक से लोन ले लो. Vishnu, Khushi, your questions, I think somebody else was also asking weightage of this chapter. No weightages of any chapter. There are no set weightages of any chapter. कहीं से कुछ भी आ सकता है दोस्त. कुछ भी छोड़ के जाओगे, हो सकता है वहां से क्वेश्चन आ जाए. I'll be honest with you, there is no weightage. So Danshu will come to that objective questions. Next chapter has a lot of questions. Last 2 minutes and then I'll want to touch on this chapter. ठीक है? चैप्टर 2 को भी टच करना चाहता हूं मैं आज, सो आई जस्ट टेक 2 more minutes here. Okay, can a co-partner in HUF can become partner in LLP as well? Yes, they can. Question number 8, सीधा ही शिखा. Question number 8 of what? कौन सा question number 8? कहां से ढूंढूं मैं question number 8? Yes, they are in OPC also, AOA, MOA. Public company can convert into public company. संदीप जी, एक ऐसा क्वेश्चन है दोस्त. NHUF can earn income from salary. Income from salary HUF कैसे earn करेगी मुझे बताओ. Co-partners can get salaries, कर्तास can get salaries, HUF can earn income from salary. How? कुंजन मुझे भी समझाओ एक बार. I didn't get your question. MCQ पेज नंबर 1.29. शिखा अगेन कहां से बुक खोलूं अभी? या तो मुझे क्वेश्चन बता दो, राइट? आई बी एबल टू हेल्प यू. इफ देयर इज अ कॉन्सेप्ट क्वेश्चन, आई बी एबल टू हेल्प यू. अभी मैं कहां से जादू से बुक खोल के देखूं, मुझे बताओ. थिंक अबाउट मी ऑल्सो थोड़ा सा प्लीज. कूल. ओके, let's get into chapter number 2. Chapter number 1, introduction, is done, right? It's done and dusted. Let's go on chapter number 2. Okay, chapter number 2 is business environment. ये chapter बहुत interesting है if you want to understand what all things impact a business. Now think about any business. इस chapter में बड़े से बड़े business का example लेंगे. Okay, इस company में और इस chapter में, sorry, not a company, in this chapter we will take example of the biggest companies possible and then understand how are they surviving being so huge in an ever-changing environment when things are changing so quickly. How are these companies surviving when the competition is so harsh? How are these companies surviving, right? Chapter number 2, business environment. Let's get into this. This chapter will focus on 4 things. This chapter is a pretty long chapter, but it is simple if you understand the flow of the chapter. Number 1 thing, what is a business environment? पहले समझेंगे business environment क्या होता है. Number 2, what are the components of a business environment, right? What are the components of business environment? इसमें आता क्या क्या है? What are the different things we will study within business environment? होता क्या है, इसके अंदर क्या क्या आता है, हाउ डू यू एनालाइज दीज कंपोनेंट्स, हर एक एलिमेंट को समझते कैसे हैं. वी विल गेट इनटू डेप्थ ऑफ ईच एलिमेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड हाउ डू यू एनालाइज. अच्छा, अगर ये हो रहा है सो दिस इज हाउ दिस माय बिजनेस विल बी इम्पैक्टेड. अच्छा, वो हो रहा है तो हाउ इज माय बिजनेस इम्पैक्टेड, राइट? नाउ आई विल गिव यू अ सिंपल क्लासिक एग्जांपल दैट इज हैपनिंग इन द वर्ल्ड. फोकस ऑन चैप्टर नंबर 2 गाइस. चैट में वी आर ऑन चैप्टर नंबर 2. गेट अहेड, गेट विद टाइम. चैप्टर नंबर 2 पे हैं हम लोग. ओके, how do you analyze these components? एक example समझते हैं. Very simple example. The people of India are now more conscious about their health. People of India are now more conscious about their health, right? आप देखोगे आपके आसपास locality में, I'm pretty sure all of you would have seen across your localities lot many gyms are opening up. बहुत सारे जिम खुल रहे हैं, बहुत सारे योगा ट्रेनिंग शुरू हो रही है, right? A lot of yoga trainers are coming. A lot of people are opening yoga centers. जिम खुल रहे हैं, हर लोकेलिटी में 2-3 जिम हो गए हैं, right? जितने पहले सब्जी की दुकान होती थी उतने अब जिम हो गए हैं. I have this road near my place. There are 10 gyms on a single road. एक के बाद एक जिम लगा हुआ है, right? The business is changing, the environment is changing, the income. People of India are now wanting to spend on their healthcare. People of India are wanting to spend on their well-being. लोग fit होना चाहते हैं, लोग पैसा खर्च रहे हैं. People are spending money on their health. This is a change in environment. This is a change in environment, right? Now you will see a lot of people, there's a change in environment. Now I'll give you another practical example, right? आप अपने आसपास दोस्तों से relate करो. Relate it to your friends. What are your friends spending money on? You will see a lot of very young children, right? 17, 18, 19, 20. They have access to money. Their parents are giving them money. All of you know some people, all of you know some friends, और people on Instagram जो आप देखोगे जो parties करते हैं, right? A lot of young 17, 18, 19-year-old girls and boys, they're going to clubs and pubs, drinking alcohol, doing all this, right? The environment for a business is changing, right? Now for an alcohol company, this is good business, right? कि और ज्यादा लोग करें. पहले सिर्फ बुढ़े लोग पीते थे, right? You were thinking यार ये तो 60 plus लोग पीते हैं, 40 plus लोग used to drink alcohol and everything. Young people are consuming it like anything, which is bad for the society, but for a business it's a good thing. Correspondingly, people are also becoming conscious about their health. रात को alcohol पीते, सुबह जिम में चले जाते हैं, right? Now both the businesses, the environment is changing. Now you as a business person has to identify this opportunity and go full force. आपको पैसा कमाना है. You are a business person. You have to identify an opportunity and go and get money from that particular business, that particular opportunity, right? This is how you analyze these components. You're sitting at your home and you feel यार इतना कुछ लोग are spending money on this. So probably ये है next business. This is where I should start my business as well, right? आज की डेट में if you open a gym, probably you can make good money. People are now more, घर पे लोग खाना कम बना रहे, बाहर से लोग ज्यादा ऑर्डर कर रहे हैं, right? Probably opening a restaurant or a fast food joint. मोमोज की दुकान खोल लो दोस्त. मोमोज की दुकान आपकी इतनी ज्यादा चलेगी, you'll never have to do any work, right? But that is also a business. The risk is there, the reward is there. Finding these opportunities, environment change हो रहा है. Another example I'll give you, open example. There are very famous places. If you come to Delhi, there is Rajendra Place. If you go to Rajasthan, there is Kota, right? All these students, like students in lakhs and lakhs come to these places. In Delhi, there is Lakshmi Nagar for chartered accountants, right? It's an area where lakhs and lakhs of students come every year. These are business environment things that you need to identify कि यार इस जगह पे all these students are there, so probably what will sell in this place? PGs will sell in this place, tiffin service will sell in this place, stationery will sell in this place, right? Your mobile recharge shop will sell in this place, cafe will sell in this place, an internet like what do you say, a gaming parlor will sell in this place. You put 5 PS, right? PlayStation लगा दो 3, Xbox लगा दो 2 एक shop में. All these students शाम को आएंगे, 100 rupees per hour देंगे, आपकी खेलेंगे, you can make lakhs of rupees. Understanding business environment, its components, how to analyze these components कि भाई opportunity कहाँ पे है, and post analysis, how to strategically respond. सिर्फ analysis से बात नहीं बनेगी. You have to how to strategically respond to the business environment. Opportunity है, उसका फायदा उठाओ. कोई थ्रेट भी है, there could be a threat as well in the environment. कुछ प्रॉब्लम भी आ सकती है. सरकार ने कुछ बैन कर दिया, the exports are banned, there is a war, some locality, पुलिस ने आपका कैफे बंद कर दिया, आपके खाने में कुछ बाल निकल आए, लोगों ने हल्ला मचा दिया, right? You open a cafe, you have a super pizza बना रहे हो आप, आपके पिज्जा में कॉकरोच निकल आया, आपका बिजनेस ही ठप हो जाएगा, right? People, there will be mouth publicity saying कि यार इनके तो यहाँ पे कॉकरोच निकल आया. सोशल मीडिया पे अगर आपका रेस्टोरेंट वायरल हो गया कि आपके खाने में कॉकरोच निकल आया, रातों रात there is a threat to your business. That can happen. That is change of environment for you as a business person. How do you respond to these changes? How do you identify these changes, right? This is what this chapter is going to talk about. Interesting, right? This is interesting. ये तो हो रहा है. बाकी अकाउंट्स ऑडिट वगैरह जरूरी हम पढ़ रहे हैं, बट दिस इज चैप्टर वेयर यू विल आल्सो अंडरस्टैंड फ्रॉम अ बिजनेस पर्सपेक्टिव, दोस्त कैसे काम हो रहा है, कि क्या अपॉर्चुनिटी है, क्या थ्रेट है, एंड हाउ डू वी ओवरकम दीज, राइट? कूल. नाउ the best thing about this particular chapter is it teaches you that it is not the strongest and the most intelligent who survive, but is one who reacts swiftly to the changes. That means the one who reacts the fastest to the changes is the one who will win. The one who reacts the fastest to the changes is the one who will win, not the one who is the strongest and the most intelligent, right? दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी कंपनी है एप्पल. दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी कंपनी है एप्पल, but if they do not react swiftly to the changes in the environment, अगर वो कहें यार मैं इतना बड़ा हूं, मुझे तो कौन ही हराएगा, अगर ये ईगो उनमें आ गया, they are going for a downfall, right? They have to change with the time, they have to change with the environment, only then they will be successful. So it is not the strongest and the most intelligent who survive, but the businesses who are changing with time, they are the ones who are going to survive the test of time, right? Cool. Last चीज ये है for today, then I'll sum up, we'll wrap up the session for today very quickly. Business environment is basically everything which is impacting the business. Things which are beyond your control. Things which are beyond your control are your external environment. Things which are within your control are your internal environment. Things which are outside your control are external environment. Things which are within the company, within the business, they are your internal environment. This particular chapter is only going to talk about external environment. Internal environment, strategic management, intermediate level pay is what we study, right? I teach that at intermediate level, which is internal environment. वहां पे आप पढ़ोगे. At foundation level, we will only be focused on external environment, things which are beyond your control, like the government, like the supplier, like the banker, like the customer, like the competitor. इन सबको आप control नहीं कर सकते. You cannot control these people, these stakeholders, these things which affect you as a business. You cannot control them, right? And these are your external environment. इन सब के ऊपर फोकस करते हुए we will sail through chapter number 2 next weekend, right? Next Saturday, Sunday, dedicated to understanding environment. एक दिन में हो जाना चाहिए. If we rush it, if we won't, still 1.5 session में 1.5 session में we'll complete this chapter. We will be on time. Don't worry about that. Chapter 3, chapter 6, बहुत छोटे छोटे chapters हैं, तो उसमें time बचेगा, right? These are important chapters. Majority questions come from chapter number 2, right? Chapter number 2 से बहुत सारे questions आते हैं because it's a very big, it's a very vast chapter, right? Cool. With that, we'll wrap up this session for today. I'll just spend another 2 minutes on anything that you want to share or ask. Not a repetition of a concept, please, but a real doubt, a real confusion is what I'll want to encourage to ask, right? अच्छे doubts पूछो, अच्छे questions पूछो. I'm happy to answer those, right? And please work on vocabulary, guys. It's a humble request. It's an advice, very practical, honest advice. I'm not like scolding you. I'm not telling you. It's going to help you only. It's just going to help you. And I can tell you from experience, my English was also not that very great. बोल के, सीख के, you learn that, right? You take up opportunities where you have to speak so much and you learn things. पहले काफी hesitation होगा, but हो जाएगा. Okay, cool. Last 2 minutes. Any questions, any thoughts, any feedback for me? I'm happy to take that up. For all those who have no doubts and questions, thank you so much for joining for today. I will see you next weekend. And for those who have questions, I am here for the next 2 minutes. Difference between entrepreneurship and startup, it's the same thing, okay? Entrepreneurship एक individual की होती है, उसके idea को startup बोलते हैं, okay? An individual takes up entrepreneurship and his or her idea is called a startup. That is the difference. Okay, there was a restaurant in Kanpur, only disabled people were employed, right? There is another thing in Delhi also, I know. I think it's called Whispers, where all the deaf people are waiters. So you have these like menus which has numbers and colors, and you finger that I want to get this number 1, this number 2, and then they write down the color code, or they take their colors in their notepad, and then they get the order. So that is also very interesting concept there. External environment effect on business. ये तो पूरा चैप्टर है यश, पूरा चैप्टर को एक क्वेश्चन में डाल दिया आपने. पढ़ेंगे नेक्स्ट सेशन में बॉस. Cool. I'm happy you enjoyed it, Nitil. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Sameer. सिलेबस से रिलेटेड है तो आई विल श्योरली एंटरटेन. इधर उधर के क्वेश्चन पूछोगे तो आई वोंट एंटरटेन. एक्सटर्नल इफेक्ट, यश पूरा चैप्टर है दोस्त, पढ़ेंगे. दिव्यांशु, टेलीग्राम, I asked, it is not actually recommended to have a Telegram channel for a faculty, right? Which because the institute cannot control what happens there, right? I also feel, even though it helps doubts, but you know, there are like 500, 600 people in Telegram channel, and it's very difficult to control. You and me, a lot of people might be fantastic, great people, helping people. One or two people who might just create some issue there, right? People might not be comfortable, is what I believe, right? And you cannot control anyone in today's time. You are well educated adults, right? So it becomes difficult, but sure. Let me get to crux what alternatives we can do, right? I would really like to figure that out, because I think it helps clear a lot of doubts. Also, start building your LinkedIn. I'll keep iterating that. I'll keep speaking that. Please start building your LinkedIn. बहुत कुछ पता चलेगा आपको अपने कोर्स के बारे में वहां पे, from people who are chartered accountants, from people who have done all this, right? People going to US, people going to Canada, UK जा रहे हैं लोग CA करके, कैसे जा रहे हैं दोस्त, क्या कर रहे हैं, सब पता चलेगा. Radhika, go back to the session. That is what I said. I'm not repeating the concepts. These are recorded sessions. You can go back and refer. If you have a conceptual doubt, कि यार आप ये ऐसे बोला था, but ये ऐसे होता है, right? Then I'll probably help you with that doubt. I will help you with all the doubts. But these are recorded sessions. Go back and understand that particular thing, and then come back with the question. Awesome. You're awesome as well, Aska. Cool. Short notes are enough for BCK. No, Divesh. Study material घोट लेना दोस्त. Big Four Siddhanshu, Big Four firms in India for audit. समझोगे दोस्त, अभी बहुत कुछ पता चल रहा है CA के बारे में. How much time should we allot? 1-1.5 घंटा is enough, यार. If you're studying every day, I think 1-2 hours are more than enough for BCK. Cool, Abhay. Yes. Good to connect. Thanks, Abhay. Is competitor a stakeholder? नहीं दोस्त. Competitor is not a stakeholder. वो तो आपका दुश्मन है. Internal environment सब पढ़ेंगे Lisa, the entire chapter 2 is all like internal क्या है. Internal environment थोड़ा सा will touch upon. Detail is in intermediate level, right? You open a company, not a dormant company, then make a product with the help of such technology being stolen by some other company, then they can case on it. You can, Sameer, but आपका case strong enough नहीं होगा. Okay, you can do case, but नहीं होगा. Radhika, LLP, I told you, like, if you can just go back to the session, repeat that. कोई doubt होगा, confusion होगा, so we'll take that up. You're satisfied with my teaching? Thanks, Bhargavi. That gives me confidence that I'm on the right track. Yes, Sanchita, chapter number 1 will be uploaded right away in another 1 or 2 hours. You can download that PPT, chapter number 1 ki I'll upload that, exact same thing. Cool. Does external environment impact all competitors? Yes. पढ़ेंगे इसके बारे में detail में. I'm happy you are curious about this. Can a person be involved in business, profession and employment simultaneously? Yes, they can be. बीबू, क्वेश्चन क्या आपका? प्लीज, आपने लिख तो दिया सर प्लीज, बट बीबू व्हाट इज योर क्वेश्चन? क्या मिस कर दिया मैंने? बीबू फटाफट से अपना क्वेश्चन भेजो दोस्त, फटाफट से अपना क्वेश्चन भेजो. You'll have to learn. Shika, go and Google that. You'll understand more about it, right? References of animals in stock market. Crystal clear, Ankit. Super. You're starving now. I'm also starving now, right? It's 1:15. सुबह से कुछ नहीं खाया, अभी जाके मस्त खाएंगे. Devo, I'm waiting for your question, दोस्त. फटाफट लिख दो ताकि we can wrap up. वरना next session में पूछ लेना, कोई बात नहीं. Next में पूछ लेना, चलो. Okay? Negative marking, I don't think so होती है. Thanks, Smriti. Thank you. Bibu, question next में पूछ लेना. I'll try to wrap up now. It's 1:10 already, right? Technical team को भी घर जाना है. So what we'll do is we will take your question in the next one. That will be taken care of. For today, let's wrap up here. Thank you so much for everyone who's joined in. I'll see you next weekend, right? We'll start with chapter number 2. Super interesting, super good examples from a lot of companies from around the globe, right? Thank you guys. Take care. I'll see you on the next one.